Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Morning. Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Excited for some bowling. Yet another weekend, Sunday, that we're spending, either bowling or commentating, chatting about bowling. Today we have the first round of relegation. So we have two streams, one on the 5-Pin Pro League channel and then one on the 5-Pin Universe channel. So we have lots of bowling to watch today. We have all of our first round relegation matches. So on this stream, we're going to have the Eclipse taking on Pinsanity first. Then we have Pinsanity taking on the Northern Knockouts. And then Eclipse is back with us again, taking on the Northern Knockouts. And then on the other side, we have the Knockouts taking on the Average Pros taking on the Eclipse, and then Pinsanity taking on the Average Pros. And for those who are not aware of sort of the format of this, it's essentially just like a single round robin, total points at the end of the day. The top two teams will be back into league. The bottom two teams will have a chance to play in the next round of relegation if then we'll be seeing some new faces here as well. Did my audio disappear or am I okay?
You're good now.
I don't even know. I don't know if my audio is fine, but that's okay. Give me 1 second. We're going to figure this out. Okay, people can hear me again now. I think that works. Someone gave me a call and my headphones connected to my phone, so that's not what we were looking for. All right. So, how are you feeling, Colin? Are you excited to watch some bowling today?
You betcha. We've been spending all of our time out at the lake and we had to come back to work. But it's nice. It's our first time getting to host a pro league match here in Chase. So we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
We had people cruise out here early this morning. So
great. Hopefully feeling rested and rejuvenated for some great bowling matches today.
You betcha.
So with that, we'll bring in our coaches for our first match, which is Pinsanity versus the Eclipse. Hello. We have
morning.
A few more familiar faces joining us. Coast to coast this morning.
Yeah.
4-hour time change for this first match. It's after lunch for you guys, and in BC, it's not even lunchtime.
Yeah.
How are you guys both feeling? How are the teams feeling?
We're good. I love this team. We all love each other. I feel like we're with family. Kelly and Kaylin opened the center for us. They're co-sponsors of our team. So we're just happy to be together. And I believe in our team. So I think we're good.
Yeah, for sure. And Alan, what about you guys?
I think we're ready. We nobody's really gotten together since Regina, so yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah, I was talking to my mom this morning. That's kind of what she said. She's like, I haven't thrown a ball in 2 months. So
we've been lucky. We had bowlers at Open and Masters Nationals on the team, so I think they're getting the reps in at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So on the Eclipse side, do you guys have any sort of game plan coming into this match? Sort of what's the play or the outlook?
Again, I think it's, we gel. It's all about the bottom line. The big thing for us is making the spares and cleaning the wood. We lost, I think, 4 to 5 matches this year with less than 5 pins, and we just can't have that happen here. But the team's ready to go. And, we might make some pulls early just because of the situation we're in. But, yeah, I think everybody's bought in, so we're okay.
Yeah, for sure. And Alan, what about you guys? Any sort of game plan for the team today?
Throw losses.
That's all.
That works too. Yeah.
Just on a side note, we didn't lose a match at Masters.
Oh yes, of course not. You can't lose if you don't.
Just saying.
Just putting that out there, hey.
Yeah, it's a big brain thought. That's for sure.
We lost some matches, but came out of it with a medal.
Well,
so I'm okay. Yeah.
That's all that is. That's great. All right, so let's talk about lineups. Eclipse, what are you guys going with for your first match here?
We're running with Matt, Bailey, Bradford, Lindsay, and Kyle. And then we've got Debbie and Trev on the bench.
Okay, great. And then Alan?
I've got Ian Stewart leading off, followed by Trey Wedge, Sherry Wedge, Mom, and John Walsh, and I have Scott Clay's.
And my mom is Mary Jo McKenzie. Let's clarify.
Yes.
Yeah, the scorecard doesn't just say mom. Hold up. Whose mom is this?
Nope, that was just a little mini quiz for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, best of luck to both of you and your teams for this first match here. We'll chat with you afterwards. And bowl well.
Great. See you on the flip side.
Awesome.
Good luck.
All right,
Good luck.
so we'll just run through our rosters here really quickly. So for the Eclipse, we have Bailey Lawson, Chris Bradford, Trevor Rakolski, Mike Elder, Matthew Griffin, Debbie Ely, Kyle Young, Lindsay Christensen, manager is Nat Young, and we're bowling today in Chase, not at Lincoln Lanes. And then for Pinsanity, we have Mom, otherwise known as Mary Jo McKenzie, Amy Spence, John Walsh, Scott Clays, Nick McCrae, Sherry Wedge, Trey Wedge, Lee Stewart, managed by Val Kneebone and Alan Clark, and they're bowling out of the Mexico Lions Club in Prince Edward Island. And voila. I think we already saw a strike be thrown.
Yep, Matthew Griffin started off with a strike here in frame 1, starting him off right.
Exactly what we want to see. Right, if the camera move again, we'll fix this
And
here.
followed down the line by Bailey Lawson.
Yeah, not surprising that we're seeing, some strikes be thrown early. Kaylin, I might need to get you to ask them to move the camera again because somebody moved it.
Oh, yep, I see that. Just give me
Yep.
1 second here.
Someone, bumped it. Something happened here. Because we'd like to, see people throwing the ball too. That would be nice.
All right, let's see here. Keep going.
A little bit more, yeah. There we go. That's much better. Perfect. Okay, great. Awesome. Much better. Okay.
All right, there we go. Looks good.
Yeah, it was like somebody obviously just bumped it or something. When we were here chatting away, I was not paying attention.
It's all good. There's lots of stuff going on that table right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's for sure. Yeah. So, Kaylin, they were saying that some of the players were playing Masters. Who was bowling from the Eclipse team?
From the Eclipse team, we had Trevor was down there playing on the teaching side, and then Kyle was down there playing tournament men. Debbie was down there coaching, and Nat was coaching as well there. So, yeah, some of them have been lucky enough to throw some balls as recent as the last couple weekends, but I know a lot of them are in the same position where it's been, April wrapped up and no one's really gotten out and thrown a whole lot. So,
yeah, lots of representation, that's for sure, from the Eclipse team, and great to see.
Yeah.
Are you still able to hear me, Kaylin?
Yep, you're good. You bet.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. And on the Pinsanity side, we have Ian, a little bit punchy at the start, but the Wedge siblings following that up with a pair of strikes. So for those who are not familiar, Pinsanity does not have automatic scoring. So that's why you see this weird kind of paper-looking score system that they're using. So they're just using a computer program where one of them will be inputting things. And a little chop off for Mary Jo to start things off.
AKA Mom.
Mm-hmm. AKA Mom. Different last names, but my mother indeed. And again, as Alan was saying, most of the bowlers on the Pinsanity team, since they're not participating in Masters, none of the sort of maritime bowlers participate in Masters. Obviously, Newfoundland does. But in PEI, we don't have a Masters program. So lots of those bowlers haven't actually really thrown balls, gotten together since they were in Regina for Open Nationals.
Yeah, that's been a bit now too.
Yeah, it has been, that's for sure. And I mean, thinking about the number of facilities and lanes and where folks live in PEI, the Rustico Bowling Center, super nice, great to bowl out of, but it is about a half-hour drive for those both coming from Summerside and from Charlottetown, which is primarily where our bowlers are coming from. And a
Yeah,
great
for
first
sure.
shot from John.
Yeah, we're in the same position over here. We've got
Yeah.
people that have traveled today, so like 3 hours to be here and chase today, and then same thing, like the spread for these guys to get together more consistently just
Yeah.
isn't feasible, right?
Yeah. So what's the breakdown sort of look like in terms of locations for players on your team?
So the majority of them are more Okanagan based. So Bradford and Debbie are out in Penticton,
Yep.
Bailey and Trevor are out in Vernon, and then we've got Lindsay and Matthew who are more Kamloops area. So like I said, at least a couple hours spread between everybody. So
Yeah. Well, it's great to
and
see
spare
the
there for
commitment to the
Matthew.
team nonetheless, right? That they're, you know, committed and that you have great team chemistry, as Nat was saying.
Absolutely, for sure.
And that's, you know, such an important thing for any bowling team. I think we're all aware of that. But
Definitely. No, we have a few tournaments throughout the year where these guys get the chance to play on a team together, as opposed to against each other. So nice
that's
double
always
up there
nice.
for Bailey.
So I know we had Nat mention this like in her interview here, just talking about making sure that you guys were going to be cleaning up your wood today, and that was going to be a big thing. Any sort of like reflections on the season in terms of thinking back on some of those matches that were, you know, lost really closely? I can think of, you know, perfect examples of that watching you guys play where it was
Absolutely. Yeah,
within
that was kind
pins,
of
right?
that was kind of our thing throughout the season. Like it
Yeah.
just seemed that the totals were high and scores were good, but we were getting a lot of 13s and 1350s thrown at us, and that difference between making those spares and cleaning up that wood was definitely the difference in a big
Yeah.
majority of the matches this year.
Yeah, that definitely seemed to be the case in a lot of the matches I watched
Yeah.
from you guys.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because I know not so much here today, but in Vernon, there's extra distractions, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you've got that public bowling aspect that's a lot of the times going on, or other tournaments on Sunday mornings and stuff like that. And sometimes just keeping that composure and focus isn't as easy as we'd like it to be.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know that's been a constant conversation with a lot of us commentator on the back end this season for a number of teams, just all the different sort of environments that you're playing in with Pro League. If it's right, you have like a tournament going on or open bowling, or if you're at Nebs and it's like a kid's birthday party or something, right?
Yeah, no, for
you're
sure.
you're like
It's
all
not,
of these
it's not a
things.
level playing field, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's not
definitely.
like it's not like you're bowling the Open or Masters where you're like, oh, okay, I know, but it's just gonna be bowlers in here that are not
No,
gonna have a child run across my lane or whatever
yeah,
it may be.
I think these guys at one point throughout the season had some birthday parties going on out in Vernon. I think they said that at some point a kid like ran over to their lane and grabbed one of their personal bowling balls. It's like,
You're
this is
like,
not the
okay.
same.
You're like, this feels like a bad omen or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I don't know how I feel
So
about this, but
today will be a little nicer for them. Nobody else in here today, just these guys.
yeah, that's for sure.
That's a good double up there by Kyle.
Yeah, great ball from Kyle. Oh, I don't
Another
know.
chop
Did
up.
she get the push? I think she did. So did everyone who, I mean, speaking of the eclipse, you talking about like traveling for 3 hours or so,
Mhm.
did folks all travel this morning? Did they come in last night?
I think everybody traveled this morning. So
Oh, wow.
I know Bradford was saying he had his Camaro going on the road this morning, and
That
he
sounds
made
kind
it.
of nice
Made it,
though, not
made
gonna
it here in
lie.
record time. Yeah, exactly. Had a
Yeah.
nice little jaunt over here this morning.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the majority of them, like I said, they all came. They all came this morning. But Matthew and Lindsay, they're only about half an hour away, and
Yeah. Well, that's nice
yeah,
for them. Yeah, that's
yeah,
for sure.
it's a nice ball. There we go. Oh,
Perfect.
tap.
Yeah, so you will see probably folks get tapped a little bit more often at Rustico lanes. They're not played on nearly as frequently. The pin action is not as spicy and crazy as we see at some of the other centers. And I always think that's really interesting, watching games in the Pro League, seeing all the different setups where teams are bowling out of.
Absolutely, yeah. Pinfall and conditions can make or break as well. Hey,
Yeah, no,
we
definitely for
go.
sure.
Got lucky with that chop there. Was pretty heavy.
Yeah. Chop off on the other side this time, but you'll take it and run, and not a bad count on that spare. And a great ball for Ian. Just getting tapped again.
Yeah.
So certainly thinking about today, obviously you're taking it match by match, and trying to get as many points as you can every time, but there is kind of that long haul sort of aspect to today, right? Like it's not just about winning that one game.
That one
right?
game, yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
And the more points you can put up, the better. So,
Yeah.
like you say, those
more points earlier, like
definitely makes a huge difference.
yeah, and not even just points earlier. Like more points are obviously better, but also confidence wise, right? You want to be feeling like you're throwing well, your team's playing well. A nice little slider from Bailey there for the turkey to
Yeah,
start things
snuck
off.
one in there. Yep, you betcha.
Yeah. We'll see if Trey can bounce back here after that open in the second frame. Looking at that first match, Matthew obviously with the advantage. Another great ball from Bradford. But Ian's still right there in that leadoff position as well on the Pinsanity side with a 53. Both having open frames in the third.
Definitely still early on here.
Oh God, yes. Early on in this match, early on in the day.
Early on in the day, yeah, you bet. A nice strike up there by Lindsay.
Great ball.
Lindsay told me she was going to give me some big celebrations here today.
Okay. Oh, we lost one of the cameras.
Oh, we did. Give me one moment here.
I think it's just the internet there. Oh, it's back.
Perfect.
Back already. There was a bit of a lag on your end. I think the internet was just kind of like, "Oof, what's going on?" There's lots of streaming happening at this location right now.
More than we've seen, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Trey covering his half, bouncing back a little bit from that misstep in the second frame for Pinsanity. Sherry covering her spare as well and bouncing back with the mark again.
Those are those important spares that we were talking about, though.
Those
for sure.
are sticks on sticks, right? You're getting that left miss too is a lot different from making that spare. We'll see if Mary Jo can get a little bit more of a push here on this ball. And less of a push.
Less of a push.
Less of a push. I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, so great frame from the Eclipse. They have those two doubles working. Obviously, they're not doubles. We know they're turkeys, but in terms of count, we're going to say that they're doubles. Then we have those two strikes and that one open at the top. And then for Pinsanity, we have at least two opens, those two spares in the second and third holes. And then we'll see what John can do here once Mary Jo is done with her frame. So, Kaylin, is there a little bit of an audience there today? Friends and family?
We do actually. There's quite a few of them in here. We've got spouses and we've got kids running around, and so I guess the distractions are here today as well. But
distractions are here, but at least they're familiar distractions.
They are familiar distractions.
Yeah.
Yep, you betcha.
Hopefully, if it's your child, you're not unfamiliar with their craziness.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think Matthew's got his kiddos here and ours are here and yeah, shipped off to the
Lots
side
going
room.
on.
Yep, you betcha.
Yeah.
And there we go. Nice
Right.
strike from John there at the bottom.
Yeah, great ball from John just to wrap things up. Hopefully, bring a little bit more energy to Pinsanity to get things going. And Matthew looking to bounce back a little bit here from that chop.
Yeah, laid that one down just a little bit
Yeah.
there.
A little bit quick, just slid a bit to the left.
Yeah, that's typically been his struggle points for the season
That's
here.
his
Just
miss.
speed,
Yeah.
speed,
Yeah.
speed, speed. Yeah.
Yeah, and a great ball for Ian.
Yeah. And a big nothing on the left there for Matthew. So see if he can bounce back and take these pins here.
Yeah, for sure. Certainly now with Ian's strike in that fourth frame, depending on what Matthew does here, it makes that match a lot more interesting.
Yeah, it tightens it up for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go.
That's the ball he's looking for. It's like, where was that 2 balls ago? That would have been much better, but that late fall for Trey gets the push and a great count for him as well.
It gives them that momentum that they're looking for up at the top of the
Yeah,
lineup
for
there
sure.
too.
Yeah.
Keeping matches
Well,
tight.
Yeah, especially looking at what Bailey's doing here and then Kyle as well on the Eclipse side. Not looking at what Bailey's doing, never mind.
Just a bit of a stop there. That's all right.
Yeah. Supposed to commentate, but I guess sometimes I just want to shut up because clearly people don't want to throw nice balls when I'm talking. And Sherry with a little bit of a misstep there. Yeah, great cover for Bailey to keep his marks going.
Great cover, definitely. All right, we'll see what Bradford does up here. Get this double going.
So due to the nature sort of the fact that we have 2 streams running at once, we're going to try and keep to our schedule. I'm hearing from the other stream that the average pros are having some issues with some tangles, so we might have a little bit longer of a break between some of our matches here. If that's the case, though, I'll be trying to keep everyone occupied because we're gonna have commentators, flipping back and forth, just depending on who's playing who. So we'll keep everybody in the loop, sort of on that, just with teams hopping back and forth between the streams. So Mary Jo back up here now. Much better shot from her. Just missed the middle, but
Spareable for
ball,
sure.
She's definitely definitely spareable. That head pin was unfortunately not spareable. I know she spared it, but I mean, she doesn't throw hard enough to get the crazy kickbacks and stuff. Oh, that was a nice push. I thought she might leave that left deuce up there and get aces.
It was looking like it for sure.
Yeah, looking a little bit like that. Ooh. A bit of an uncharacteristic miss there for her.
And
a great
nice
cover
cover
for
there.
Lindsay. Yeah.
And that was the ball she's been looking for there.
Yeah. Yeah, feeling a bit like Matthew there, just wishing she could have thrown that ball the first time around, but and Kyle a little bit too dead on the middle.
Yeah, and we've got here's where you can see that momentum shift happening here.
A little bit, yeah. So if we take a look at the season for you guys in terms of some of the averages for your team, Kyle averaging 242.79 for 111 frames. We have Lindsay had a great season. I know lots of the matches I watched her play, she would just get up there, get on a nice big run, and put up some huge scores, averaging 273.02 across 96 frames. And then, you know, Bradford and Bailey, maybe a little bit lower average wise than we'd probably be used to seeing from them in the high 230s. But again, you know, putting up those scores when they need to, and we know that any bowler in the 5-pin league can, you know, throw strikes when they need to.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely a little uncharacteristic
Yeah.
for the two of them there. But like you say, putting them up when they need to. But yeah, definitely not that high scoring season that they're used to.
Yeah.
And just a bit of a
that was
roasted.
Yeah, I would say that was a Sunday roast. Bowling 3 ball for Ian. It was a Sunday roast, and not the kind that we were, you know, looking
that
for.
we're hoping for.
Yeah, not the kind we're looking for, not the tasty kind that we'd like to have for supper.
Yeah,
it's a
covered
great,
it up there.
great cover for him there. Yeah, yeah. So that's gotta feel nice heading into that commercial break here after the first half. Same for Ian. You know, all over the middle, but finding the side the past few frames here. Oh, a little bit skinny for Trey, and he does get penalized, leaving up that left corner. Be looking to capitalize on that and cover his spare.
And there's that break that he didn't get there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure, like, are they maybe just a little bit tight? What is it? It seems like those first couple frames, you know, they were getting these really nice pushes, and now it's like, oh, actually, I'm going to hang a deuce, and it's going to get that split.
One of those things, right, where you see that momentum shift a little bit, a couple punches here and there, and then just kind of carries on down the line. But
yeah,
I think,
we all know they can bounce back from that. I'm sure any bowler that sort of competes at this level is aware of, you know, how quickly the momentum can shift in either direction, right? Especially, you know, heading into that commercial break, we see sort of lots of teams, you know, swing the momentum either direction, right? So it'll be interesting to see sort of how things go with that.
Definitely.
That's a great ball for Bradford.
Yeah, that was his shot for sure.
And now the Pinsanity internet is
Just brief.
Just brief. They just didn't want us to see Sherry's second ball. That's all right.
And yeah, miss up there for Lindsay, but looking
Sparable,
for a half here. Yeah. Oh, just got it.
Oh, and gets a nice push there. Yeah. Much better ball for her there. A little bit heavy, but you know, got the push. Yeah. Got the push, had the right rotation on that ball. So keep things working. Definitely, you know, puts a little bit pressure on Mary Jo to throw a mark here in that 5th frame to keep things nice and tight.
And a mark down at the bottom for Kyle there.
Yeah. Fancy footwork from Kyle, but it fell, so that's all that matters. And Mary Jo missing the head pin on the right side this time. Last frame she was wide on the left.
Taking a little bit of extra time there, which is good to see.
Yeah, certainly.
Oh, man.
I would say she definitely knew that was going to be a little bit flat, and dead on the head pin was not going to get that push. So yeah, the Eclipse with a little bit of an extended break here, right? And I know some teams say that's a blessing, some teams say that's a curse, right? it gives you a little bit more time just to hang out and breathe. But the unique thing about the 5PL is that you can throw practice balls, right, at any point. So it's not necessarily a matter of staying warm, but more so keeping that momentum high and going after the commercial break.
Yeah, definitely. These guys seem to be enjoying the break at this point.
Well, that's
Just
good. That's
kinda-
what we like to hear.
A couple of them going for a little bit of a walk and regroup and
Yeah.
see
Do some
what
laps
happens
outside the
next.
bowling.
Yeah, yeah. Go for a little parking lot jaunt and
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
great
great
shot
ball
by
for John
John.
there. All right, so with that, we have Pinsanity with a total of 483, and those 2 strikes counting and that 1 spare to the Eclipse's 559. Those 2 strikes and 2 spares counting, so a bit of an advantage to the Eclipse, but certainly another 5 frames to go and lots that can happen. So we'll run our commercial break here, and we'll see you back here very shortly.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
Financial freedom begins with financial literacy.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm thrilled to be a sponsor. My journey began as a teacher because of my deep passion for education. I brought that same passion into the financial world to help families achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom isn't just about having more, it's about knowing more. That's why I'm here to help you make smart decisions with insurance, investing, and lending, all in one place. I'm Dave, and together we'll help you achieve financial freedom.
All right, and we're back again for the second half of this first match here, Pinsanity versus the Eclipse. I'm hearing that the other stream is about a frame behind us, so there might be a little bit of a delay between the first and second games, but that's totally okay. We can definitely manage that. Oh. And Matthew doing the same thing he did
frame
in that, I think it
three.
was, I would say the third frame just on the opposite side of the lane. And for those wondering what on earth is going on the Pinsanity side, the reset buttons that they have, at the front of the lane are actually disconnected from the machine. So in order to reset everything, they do need to throw 3 balls. So somebody was clearly practicing on that lane during the commercial break.
And just a little off kilter there at the line.
Yeah.
A little quick.
And same there for Ian. You'll usually see him hold that nice strong finish at the line. I'm just looking a little bit quick there, maybe a little bit antsy. A better ball for Bailey, just a little bit heavy on the head pin. So certainly that first match is very tight, very interesting. Ian covering that spare. So with a little bit of the advantage, having that mark still to count in the 6th frame. But again, anybody's game. There's sort of not really any matches where one bowler is running away with it over the other, like on either side, essentially.
No, definitely. Yeah, no blowouts happening this early on just yet, but
no, for sure.
nice
That's a great
strike
ball for
Chris up
Bradford.
there.
Yeah. And a great ball
And
for
on the other.
Trey. Yeah, to match, and great count on his spare in the 5th frame there. So that makes that match also very interesting, very tight with Bailey's open in the 6th frame.
A bit of a dead ball for Lindsay there, but
yeah. Looking to bounce back here and throw that same great shot.
We've got some hecklers in the crowd over here.
Hecklers in the crowd.
Oh, just couldn't carry that push
and
there.
We have Scott in for Sherry.
And those are those sticks that we're talking about there.
Yeah.
Just coming down to that 9 and 10.
And Scott picks up those sticks there. So Pinsanity only having one bowler on the bench for this first match. Might be the first 2 matches, and they will possibly have 2 bowlers on the bench heading into that last match for today, just with scheduling and folks, being busy. Oh, and just got away from him a little bit there.
Yeah, it looked like a good shot from back here, but
Yeah.
like you say, just a little miss on the right.
She got the push for that chop off. Going to be looking to cover that half and, take advantage of Lindsay's open in the 6th frame.
That's a great shot there.
And, great cover for Mary Jo there on the Pinsanity side. And we'll see John come up to finish things out for that first frame. After the break, looking to build a little bit of momentum. They started sort of doing that in the first, the remainder, a couple frames before the commercial break that we saw. But again, just like really, really tight matches here, top to bottom. Oh. Good push, but still gets roasted. That left corner for John.
Oh,
Oh, and that's
he didn't like that one.
No, that's an uncharacteristic miss for John. You don't see him do that too often, because that mark there would have been huge with Kyle's open on the Eclipse side.
Yeah, definitely would have given them a bit of an advantage there, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so as much as the matches are really tight, Eclipse still does have an advantage with total, and they have that double working with Bradford. And then Pinsanity having those 3 spares and that 1 strike working for them in the 6th frame.
Yeah, it's a big ball
the
there for
ball.
Matthew.
Yeah, that's the ball he's looking for. Great shot, taking his time.
Where?
Nice, great tempo. So we'll see what Bailey can do here. Looking to keep a hold on this match, especially with Trey having that spare in the 6th frame. Oh,
I think he got a little more than he should have on that one. It was a little
yeah, I
heavy,
was
but
saying that was heavy, but
yep,
one
nice
of
little
those shots
carry
where
there.
one of those shots where you're like, that was heavy. I probably deserved a headbin, but I'm gonna run away. I got the corner and regroup and do exactly what he just did and cover that half.
Definitely. Beautiful spare.
Yeah, great half.
All right, we'll see if Chris can capitalize here.
Yeah, for sure.
And just laid it down just a little.
Yeah. Yeah, great ball for Trey. Again, as a reminder, we have Scott Clays in for Sherry Wedge in that 3-hole position on the Pinsanity side. Ooh, and just barely flies by the head pin on that left side for Chris. Ooh.
All right. I think he'll be going for a little walk here.
Live on-site reporting with the 5PL.
Oh,
He got roasted on that.
Wow.
Jeez.
That looked like a great shot.
That did.
Yeah, that is not what you expect from a shot like that.
No, certainly not. And you're like, wow, now I threw a great ball, absolute peach, and now I have to, throw 2 more because I got absolutely roasted with my aces.
And Lindsay finding a little bit of confidence there on that last shot.
Yeah, for sure. That ball looked great. Had lots of rotations, lots of rotation on that. Got the great push. So.
And good to see Scott there taking that 15.
Yeah.
You say keeping that match tight.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's see what Mary Jo can do here to answer Lindsay's strike. A bit of a stumble at the line.
Hey, she'll take it.
Yeah, she tends to, do well with those ones as much as, that never feels good to throw a ball where you feel unsteady at the line. I always say it doesn't have to look good as long as they all fall down.
That's right. And that's a big ball for her going into the last 3 frames here.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go.
Yeah,
more characteristic on that side there.
Yeah. Yeah, so bouncing back after that miss on the left side for John, making things very interesting, really across the board with, you know, matching marks on both sides, some matching opens. Oh, got a little. Did he get a little bit extra and got the 7? No, it didn't. Okay.
No, just
Okay.
the 5 there.
I was like, just when the pin setter was coming down. A little bit wide on the left for Ian. You know, had that strong finish, that strong follow through, was trying to will it back to the pocket, but unfortunately drifted a little bit too far left. So be looking to cover his half here and capitalize a little bit on Matthew's head pin.
Yeah, that's a great shot there.
Oh, and the walk away from that, he knew that was an absolute bomb. Yeah, another good ball from Trey.
Nice answer for sure.
Yeah,
You say just real tight matches all the way across the board here.
Yeah, no, definitely. Really tight. I mean, slight advantage to Trey. 9 sticks for him, but still. Bradford again, just looking to find the head pin, settle in a little bit here. Missing right the last 2 frames here. Yeah, and that's the ball he was looking for. It's a nice little push. And Scott leaving again one of the corners, but at least the left one fell down this time.
And we've just got word on Eclipse side here that Natalie will be pulling Matthew and putting in Trevor into that leadoff spot going 9-10 here. Great ball by Lindsay there.
Yeah, and a great cover for Scott as well. So definitely heating up a little bit here in the second half of the match, the last few frames. It's not like we're seeing huge monster scores or anything on either side. It's just like as tight as can be, essentially, the entire way down the lineup. Oh, and a good push for Mary Jo there.
It's a great shot. Nice cover.
Good cover for Mary Jo to keep that match tight. Lindsay obviously having the double working on the Eclipse side. Mary Jo just with that spare in the 8th frame. And John is going to be looking to answer Kyle's strike on the Eclipse side at the bottom here.
That was a great shot there, and just throw in those important shots when you need to jump down at the anchor spot there.
Yeah,
and a little bit, like you say, a bit of a momentum shift here. So both teams looking strong
certainly.
going into 9.
Both teams sort of building those marks all over the pocket, just really getting things going. And again, as a reminder, Trevor in here for Matthew.
And a great way to start it there.
What a way to come in. That's exactly what you asked for in that 9th frame, building to the 10th frame to get a little bit of extra count with your shots. So again, on the Eclipse side, we have that double, those 2 strikes and that spare working for the rest of the lineup. To Pinsanity's 3 spares and 2 strikes. Ian throwing an absolute bomb in that leadoff position. And Bailey just maybe a little bit quick, sliding a little bit too far left away from that pocket. So see if Trey can keep things going here. That second position.
Yeah, speed's a bit of a killer on this side here. Just
Yeah.
Bailey missing that head pin just to the right, just by a hair.
Yeah. Oh, and Trey does not get the ham bone, unfortunately. Haven't had a single graphic this game. I'm disappointed. It's always fun when you get to put them up.
Just easing into it, easing into the day.
Yeah. Hey, yesterday we got to do 11, so that was fun. Oh, and just does a little bit of a flyby there for Trey.
And a punch on the other side for Bradford.
Yeah.
So bit of a game stopper there in 9, but see how many points he can put up on the board next frame here.
Yeah, as we were saying, sticks on sticks is such a huge thing, especially in a match that's this tight, where you have, likely your matches are not going to be these huge swings where you're going to see somebody winning by 80, 90, 100 sticks. It's going to be within 20 or so, right?
Yeah,
even less than that probably for most of these matches. So getting every stick you can for the bottom and for your individual match is going to be huge. Oh,
yeah, going back to that conversation we had earlier about the just the dead wood left up on the lane there, right? Those are the those important shots that you need to be picking up those wood there, but
yeah.
Oh, and too bad on the other side as well.
Yeah, so this is going to make that match, really, really tight and really interesting. And a great ball for Lindsay there. Put up that turkey. Definitely finding her rhythm here a little bit more and that confidence back. So Scott really needs to pick up as many sticks as he can here to give himself somewhat of a chance in that 10th frame. And picks up that left side. Going to be looking to pick up the sticks on the right as well. Oh, that's a great ball from Kyle.
Yeah.
Having those 2 doubles working at the bottom is going to be huge going into that 10th frame, right? You're looking at, getting total versus not getting total. And that's, the decider for those points. And that's what's going to, get somebody back into the league versus have them having to play in that second round.
Another great shot by Mary Jo there.
Yeah, bit of a stumble, but
she likes those ones.
That's all right. Yeah, she does. I mean, I can attest to that, having watched her bowl for my entire life. But yeah, and always my fun fact: anytime Mary Jo is bowling against a team from BC, Mary Jo used to bowl out of Surrey for God knows how many years before moving to PEI in 2002. So anybody who's been around for that long probably remembers her name.
Yeah, that's definitely where I remember her from.
There we go.
Beautiful shot there by John down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Keeps that interesting as well.
So having that double working for Pinsanity at the bottom and that other strike from Mary Jo, it's going to make things really interesting. I mean, Pinsanity with a little bit of the advantage with total, but again, Eclipse having those doubles to count.
And a beautiful ball by Trevor. Just not quite the carry he was hoping for there, but
it left his hand, and I was like, "Oh, that's an absolute bomb!" And then
definitely,
he got roasted, so
I was thinking the same.
Yeah, and not quite as roasted as Trevor, but Ian also getting that corner pin and a good cover for Trevor. And somebody is in front of the camera. And a good half for Ian there as well. So Trevor looking to put a cap on this match.
And some sticks for the bottom there.
Yeah.
And a bit of
sticks
a
to the bottom.
bonus.
Can't win that match, unfortunately, but definitely, you know, getting as many sticks as you can is huge, and that's what's going to be the difference at the end of the day here today. So Pinsanity with 1 point. I'm just bringing them up here for us so far. Go. Push.
And a good shot there by
That's
Bailey.
a good ball from Bailey. Yeah. I think it's Debbie that's walking in front of the camera. We're getting a nice big close up on her face.
I'm gonna
Yeah, you can tell her
deal with
that.
that.
Be like,
Just give me one moment.
yeah.
All right, problem solved there.
Scolding her team.
Scolding.
Yeah. Okay, so still waiting for that first ball from Trey on the Pinsanity side.
Oh, and another great shot from Bailey there. But
Great ball. I thought he'd get the push, but unfortunately not. And everybody's just getting roasted in this last frame. It's like, there you go, and a good cleanup for Bailey. Had a few tough frames there in his match where, you know, his timing was just a little bit off, but definitely found it there at the end. So that second match is going to go to Pinsanity as well. But again, you know, very close. We weren't seeing any sort of blowouts at all in this game. Ooh, and Trey missing that there.
oh my goodness.
Didn't get the kickback. I thought that I was like, oh, the three pin's definitely just going to hit the deuce. It's going to fall over. Alas, that did not happen.
This will be a big spare here for Bradford, putting it on the board to keep that match close.
Yeah, for sure. So Scott Sherry can get to 201. So yeah, Bradford covers
and
this.
A miss
Ooh,
there.
and he doesn't. Yeah, so that's going to give them. That's going to give a little bit of an opening there. We do need to see, you know, 2 marks to tie. We'll see what Scott can do here. So still has a chance to tie. Oh no, he doesn't. He's lost. Never mind. Yeah. I didn't watch Bradford throw his last ball and get that stick. So slightly behind the times on that. Oh, and Lindsay with
a little bit of a whoops there. A little bit of a whoops.
Yeah, oopsie ball. Yeah. So Scott's still looking to cover his half here. His total is
real tight.
Very close, very tight, and has that blow by. So, I mean, things are interesting.
And a big cover there by Lindsay on that 10 frame.
Huge half by Lindsay there. So it's not like we're seeing like a 1400, 1300 match here, but it's pretty much as tight as you can be with how things are going. So, okay, Scott getting a few extra sticks there for the bottom. Definitely not what he was looking to do, but.
And just one more blow by the middle there for Lindsay. But
yeah, on that left side. Definitely found her groove there, and great to bounce back from a couple of missteps through the middle of the game for her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Kyle here at the bottom having that double counting is going to be huge, but the same thing for John, right? The Eclipse, you guys are a little bit ahead, if you want to say that.
And that was a heck of a break for Kyle here on the Eclipse side.
Yeah. A nice big push. You know, he kind of willed that one over and it fell for him. So that's going to be huge and definitely really going to help. And a great cover for Mary Jo on the Pinsanity side. She's at 220 here. She can only get to
35.
So Lindsay takes that point as well. But you know, any stick that she can get here is huge for the bottom. Total's really going to come down to what John can do here and what Mary Jo puts up in this.
And that's a great shot for Mary Jo over there, like you say, getting those
Yeah.
sticks to the bottom.
Yeah. And now you're going to see the funny little, oh, we're throwing random balls down the lane to get it to reset. So the rationale for that is that apparently there's some seniors that play at the bowling center since it is a Lions Club. And that some of them were getting confused with like what the button was and would just like hit it in the middle of the frame and then be like, why are all the pins back? At least that's what was communicated with me. If somebody wants to correct me, they're more than welcome to, but we'll see what John can do here on the first ball. It's kind of gonna set the stage.
Oh,
And that is very uncharacteristic of John Walsh and anybody who is used to watching him play. So,
and such a great shot on that
Covers.
second ball with the spare there.
yeah, and a little bit of frustration from him there, but yeah, an unfortunate loss in the 10th frame. Oh, and another, great ball. Okay, so Eclipse sneaks away with the win, 6-2, taking that point at the bottom in that Kyle versus John match. And then we can hear some of the background commentary. So what we'll do is I'll bring our coaches in here first. And then we'll go to our commercial break. So just give us a quick second here and we'll bring you guys back in. Welcome back, coaches. Nat, obviously, we heard some cheering at the end of that match there. You're like, we're on the other side of it this time. We snuck one out. You're like, I didn't want to be this stressed out, but here I am. How are you guys feeling, sort of looking to build that momentum? Heading into that second match now.
Yeah, no, that was great. Like you say, I was worried. I'm like, oh, not this again, right? But we pulled it out, so it feels good to be on the other side of that close win. Everybody stuck together. Want us to clean a little more wood, pick up those chop spares in game 2, but overall, really happy.
Yeah, for sure. And Alan, obviously, a bit of a tough loss for you guys there. It was right there up until, John's first ball in the 10th frame.
Sorry, train.
There's a train. Crazy.
Yeah. No, it was a tight match all around. It was started out a little rough for us, and then we sort of got it all together. And yeah, just a 10th frame.
Yeah, for sure. And everyone here, who bowls at this level is familiar and used to having those matches that just sort of swing at the last second. Sort of thinking about the next matches now, any sort of changes you want to be making, any things you're going to be doing between this game and the next one? There might be a little bit of a delay here because we are ahead of the other stream. What's sort of the game plan for you guys, Nat?
We're going to change the lineup a little bit. So, Trev's great off the bench, but I'd like to give him a chance to start, get Debbie in there as well, and we'll see how it goes. But again, I thought of making some pulls earlier in that game, but it's like you want to give people a chance. I think we just might have to be a little more aggressive with the pulls.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Alan, any sort of changes, thoughts heading into the second game here?
I think we're all loosened up now. Everybody's going to maybe try to grab a quick bite to eat. We're going to stick with the same lineup, have Scott on the bench, and hopefully better 10th frame if we need it.
Yeah, for sure. I know my mom said she was going to be getting some chocolate bars or something. That was going to be her lunch, which, to each their own. We all have our little quirks. All right, so with that, we have the Eclipse hopping over to the other stream here for the next match, going to be taking on the Average Pros. Pinsanity is going to be sticking with us, taking on the Northern Knockouts. So we're going to go to commercial here and then be back for that next match. All right. Best of
So
luck.
before you take
Eclipse.
off on this,
Yeah.
before you take off, Maria, how long
Mary
before
Jo.
you're back?
They're just in the third. Their third bowler's up in the 10th frame in the other
Okay.
game.
So it won't be long.
So it won't be too long. No, and I'll let you know.
Perfect.
Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
All right.
All right.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
Financial freedom begins with financial literacy.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm thrilled to be a sponsor. My journey began as a teacher because of my deep passion for education. I brought that same passion into the financial world to help families achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom isn't just about having more, it's about knowing more. That's why I'm here to help you make smart decisions with insurance, investing, and lending, all in one place. I'm Dave, and together we'll help you achieve financial freedom.
Well, this feels weird just having me on the stream by myself, having to kill a little bit of time here. What I might do is I may run our commercial break just a second time to give us a little bit of wiggle room before our other team is able to join us. They're just finishing up the 10th frame. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll be right back to get into the second match in our stream.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
Financial freedom begins with financial literacy.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm thrilled to be a sponsor. My journey began as a teacher because of my deep passion for education. I brought that same passion into the financial world to help families achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom isn't just about having more, it's about knowing more. That's why I'm here to help you make smart decisions with insurance, investing, and lending all in one place. I'm Dave, and together we'll help you achieve financial freedom.
All right, so we have some new faces joining us here. Mr. Alan Clark is not at the desk, which is fine, but we do have a new commentator joining us here for the knockouts. How are you?
Oh, I'm good so far. I never have to commentate ever.
So this is a good thing. This is a bad thing. We don't know yet. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I usually make excuses to sleep in. That's why I don't play in the pro league anymore.
I mean, that's valid. Very understandable. Hi,
Not
Alan.
just
Welcome
'cause I'm
back.
not very good, but
Oh, Alan, you're muted currently right now. Unmute you.
There we are.
You can chat
Oh, yeah.
now. Not too bad. We're just going to give folks a couple seconds here to get set up on the knockout side, and then we'll be good to go. Since we have somebody from the other stream popping over here now, do you have an update on what happened on the other side score-wise?
so 7-1 knockouts, 12-13 to 978.
Okay.
Yeah, Richie had
So how many points?
88, I think. 7 for knockouts,
Okay.
and 1 for average pros.
All right. So then on our stream, we had Pinsanity taking 2 points to the Eclipse taking 6 points. Really tight, essentially came down to the first ball in the 10th frame at the bottom for Pinsanity. I'm just waiting for the knockouts to reappear, having our coach join us so we can have a little bit of an interview. Today might be a little bit funky in terms of timing for everything and getting things going. So I apologize for me having to fill some time here. So we're just going to give them a couple seconds. So what I will do actually, just to kill some time, is I actually am going to run through our schedule again for today. So that first match, we had the Eclipse taking on Pinsanity on this stream. The Eclipse taking 6 points to Pinsanity's 2 points. And then on the other side, we had the Northern Knockouts taking on the Average Pros. And the Northern Knockouts taking 7 points to 1 for the Average Pros. This match, we have Pinsanity taking on the Northern Knockouts. And then on the other side, we have the Average Pros taking on the Eclipse. So 2 of those teams, just swapping streams. And then for our last matches, we're going to have the Knockouts taking on the Eclipse and Pinsanity taking on the Average Pros. Get a link to send to somebody here who's looking to join the stream, I believe. And then I'm going to run through our rosters really quickly here, just so as soon as things are ready to go, we can get things moving here. So for Pinsanity, we have Mary Jo McKenzie, otherwise known as Mom. Amy Spence, John Walsh, Scott Clays, Nick McRae, Sherry Wedge, Trey Wedge, and Ian Stewart. Managed by Val Kneebone and Alan Clark, bowling out of the Rustico Lions Club in Prince Edward Island. So again, we have a 4-hour time change between each of these teams, playing in British Columbia. Actually, I don't know where the time zone line is. Is Dawson on?
It's 11 a.m. right now. We're Mountain Standard Time.
Okay, you are now. You are okay.
Yeah.
You are okay. That's what I was wondering. I was like, are you guys? I was like, are you? I was like, where is the time change line? Yeah, so we have a big time change between those two teams there. So the Northern Knockouts, we have Richie Bolio, Ryan Bolio, Sasha Latange, Riley Latange, Amanda McPherson, Tiana Shields, Corley Sizlagi. That's terrible. I can't say that.
Yeah, I got you.
Sizlagi? That's terrible. Yeah. I should be able to say that because I love Coralie. Managed by Darcy Latonder, and they're bowling out of Hypertension Escape. So, Alan, you guys are ready to go, right?
Yeah, we're all set.
Okay. So we're gonna just check, see if the knockouts are ready to go.
I think he should be joining. I'm hoping. I told him we don't actually have Darcy Latender today. It's Ryan filling in.
Okay.
Ryan's hurt. He's not bowling today either. So.
Okay, so we have
no BC.
Yeah.
She says her score camera's not up.
No, it's not up.
It's not up?
Yeah, we just scanned it.
Oh, try just closing it down and scan it again. Yeah.
I need to scan the bottom
Yeah,
one
scan the bottom one again. Yeah.
Let me just refresh it here on my end as well because it's not appearing. Okay, there. Oh, it disappeared again.
I got them shutting it down, rescanning again. So.
Okay. Okay. Did they? Okay, we should be okay to. Oh, now it disappeared again.
Of course.
Sheesh. Of course. Now that we're trying to fix things.
The other side, we were having problems with lane 16 on the average pro side. Now it's gonna be our camera.
Now it's this one. That's funny.
Oh, it's just our luck. I'm trying to see.
That's gonna be the story. It's gonna be the story of the day. That's okay. We're gonna work through it all together. It's fine. I see the score now. Just give me a second to get it all set up properly. And then we'll be good to go.
Easy.
And are we gonna have Ryan joining us to give us a rundown?
Yeah, I'm gonna get him on there.
You
got to come grab my phone to get the score stuff on because apparently it doesn't work on his phone.
Okay, perfect.
It's
okay. Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So Alan, I guess we'll just start with you. Any sort of changes you guys are looking to make heading into the second match here? Obviously, one more game after this one. What's the plan of attack?
Yeah, I think just get up there and throw a few more strikes, really. I think everybody's loosened up a little bit. Might have been a few jitters starting out the first game. Hopefully everybody's all settled in and ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. Any lineup changes you guys are?
Yeah, we're sticking with the same lineup as the last game. Ian, followed by Trey, Sherry, Mary Jo, and John. Scott on the bench.
Great. And Ryan, how are you doing?
Good,
have you joined us from the knockouts?
Yes, I think we finally got it figured out there. Good old technology.
Yeah, we're good to go. I know the technological challenges today, I figure, are going to be many, but that's all right. So you guys obviously coming off a 7-1 win in that first match. How are you guys feeling heading into this second game here?
Feeling pretty good, I think, right now. We're a little kind of tense in the morning. A couple of us haven't fully been practicing throughout the summer. You're on and off kind of thing, so we're a little rusty, I'd say. But moral support-wise, I think we're doing pretty good. So actually came out swinging near the end. So I'm hoping next two matches we can kind of hold together and do the same. Have some good matches here.
Awesome. And any changes to your lineup, or what's your lineup looking like for this match?
My only lineup right now that's going to change is I'm just going to be swapping out Tiana for Amanda this match, but everyone else is going to be staying the same.
All right. Well, that sounds good. So best of luck to you guys, and we'll possibly chat with you after the match, depending on timing.
Perfect.
Fingers crossed. But if not, we'll chat with you at some point.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thanks,
awesome.
All right. Well,
good luck, guys.
Best of luck to you guys. Yeah. right, so we're ready to go here. Pinsanity taking on the Northern Knockouts, a little cross-Canada battle. If we think about the location of the teams bowling in relegation for this first round, so the teams who were the bottom two in both the Schwartz and the Cargill division, 2 teams from BC, 1 team from Alberta, and then our team in Prince Edward Island playing. So yeah, not a bad game for the Knockouts starting things off there. Obviously, Richie with that huge 383 is certainly always, nice.
Yeah, he held them in there pretty good. It's
Yeah. Have you guys
Totally.
been bowling? Have folks been bowling? Has it more so been the off season for everybody?
Only ones that
Any
have been
insight
bowling
on
is
that?
Riley and Sasha. So Riley, Sasha, and then everyone else has just been doing their own thing. So
Just hanging out, having a good time in the
yeah,
summer.
we always say we're gonna bowl, like Richie, Ryan, and myself, but we never do. So we're here all day, every day. You don't really want to bowl here.
That's fair. So Ian with a good cover there on the Pinsanity side. Sasha with that strike to start things off.
Yeah.
Corley is
He started better this game.
doing
Last
so.
game, I don't think he got a mark till 5, 6. So
and he was not pulled, or was he?
no, yeah, we kept him in, and he won his point actually somehow. I don't know.
Oh well, that's good at least,
I had no hope.
I guess
but,
even if you're not, even if you don't get a mark to the 5th frame, if you're up in your match,
yeah, he was up by a little bit, and then he just got 3 in a row.
What can you do? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Corley.
he figured it out.
Perfect.
That's good off Corley. Yeah.
Yeah, we all started with head pins last game, so this is a turnaround.
Oh, this is, hopefully we're going to see the opposite here.
I don't think I've watched Pinsanity bowl. I used to bowl in the Pro League, and I bowled Pinsanity, but I don't think I've ever watched them or know any other players, honestly.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I guess they're so
Well,
far away
now-
from where we are. Oh, there we go.
Well, yeah, I mean, Tiana's keeping that trend going. That's what we like to see.
Look at that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
and
I guess
Sherry,
because
a little bit.
Insanity is on
heavy
the
on the
other side of
headphones.
Canada from us, right? So I never
Yeah,
get.
you
I
guys
don't
aren't
really
going to be.
get to see them in person. Or
Yeah, unless you were bowling at Open Nationals. Not really any of the cash tournaments. I know Mary Jo, my mom, is going to bowl some stuff in the next couple years here out west. But overall, it's a little bit tougher to travel to tournaments. I mean, Ontario is a little bit easier to get to. But, I mean, even for you guys up north, right, it's a bit of a trek to sometimes come
just to get to
the
Vancouver.
WCBT events.
16
Yeah,
hours
I got to
go
Vancouver.
event or Edmonton.
Yeah, or you want to go to
away,
Edmonton. Yeah. Grand Prairie, not that bad, but
there she goes.
how much is there going to be there?
Yeah, Grand Prairie's not bad. We got a lot of friends over there, so
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you guys all play together pretty often.
we're a big clique.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mary Jo getting a little bit tapped there on that left side. It's kind of been the story of the day for Pinsanity, leaving a lot of left and right up there, sparing them, but getting tapped quite a bit. And Mary Jo with a good cover, Riley with a nice strike. Rich is the only one who did not get a strike. Odd man out. Yeah, odd one out. It does happen. You feel bad for yourself that you're the odd one out, but you're also happy that your team, put up so many strikes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think he ended the game with 8 in a row last game. So.
Yeah, so he's on the middle still. He's just taking a little bit of a breather. He's like, I threw a huge game that first game. Let's take things a little bit slower. And a great ball for John, absolute bomb. We saw him show a little bit more emotion than you typically see from him bowling in anything. A little bit of frustration, missing the head pin in that 10th frame and punching a 3-pin, which unfortunately cost him his match and also cost them total. So
yeah, it's always the slightest mistakes that always cost something, right? It's
and that's not a miss that you see very often from him.
Yeah, no, last game I was watching Julie miss 3 pins and Brandon missing cleanups and then some of the Dawson guys missing. It's a lot of points.
Yeah, no, it definitely adds up. That was a big discussion we had in the match with the Eclipse, just about total and, picking up your sticks and how huge that can be at the end. And I mean, having a match that was like 1070 to 1060 or 1170 to 1160. Like that's as tight as it could get, essentially. So good ball for Ian there. Capitalize on that spare and keep his marks flowing in that first position on the Pinsanity side.
Reverse chop off, we call it.
I mean,
oh, he missed it.
And he was going for the spare, but too wide on the outside.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah, you're like, I could have this on stream. Like that's even cooler.
Yeah. It's a Latender thing to do. It's he's got it.
And just not the spare. I mean, still cool, but
if it was a spare, we would have been impressed. But okay, don't let him know.
Yeah, we're like that doesn't really matter that much. You're like, he missed it the first time. Now I gotta go put on my. Yeah, be like Maria Dalton is not impressed with you. That was not good.
I wasn't even impressed. I expect more from Latenders.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I need to go. Now I need to go clip this right away because I'll call it a split cleanup.
Insanity too.
That was a really interesting way to clean that up. Now that I rewatched.
Yeah, he hit it on the wrong side of the head pin.
He hit it
wrong side of 3-pin.
Yeah, he hit it off the sidewall. Yeah, he hit it off the sidewall. That was a really weird. Okay, that's a little bit more impressive now. It wasn't playing the line he did on that first ball.
No, he was. They got such hard balls, the Latender boys. Like it's like they throw it.
Yeah, you throw them that hard, you're kind of Tiana with the unfortunate head pin there. Coralie with that double, starting things off in the 2 spot there.
Yeah, they're going head to head, both doubles on the second person spot. So
yeah, definitely. Ball for Mary Jo and leaves a corner. That's all right. Gets a good count. Nonetheless.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah. We oftentimes will talk about if count, like if you're not thinking about count, would you rather shoot at a corner pin spare or a 12 spare? And it's really interesting hearing what folks sort of think about. And if they're like, no, I'd much rather just shoot like at the 3-pin because it's like chairing a chop off. Or, I'd much rather shoot at the corner pin, and just like where their confidence is. It's just really interesting to sort of chat with folks about that. And it's like, would you rather get a head pin or aces, right? If count didn't matter, if you weren't on anything.
Yeah, if I was on a count and I had to get something, I'd get or aces instead of a head pin every day. Give me some 11 points. Because there's a guarantee I'd throw the next 2 balls down the hole. So
I mean that's fair.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you don't see like one night Riley Latender threw 3 sets of aces in 2 games, and he's an insanely hard ball. Anything can happen.
I thought you were gonna say he threw 3 sets of aces in a row.
No,
does not get the slider push, but
no, he's not that good. If the slider push, you gotta throw it right. I'm gonna tell him that.
Throw the ball better, and you'll.
Yeah, that's all I tell them.
That was just a ball better. You can be better. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been practicing all the way up to this day. He bowled 8 games yesterday, 8 games the day before.
Why?
Hopefully he comes alive here. He's just he throws a lot of games this kid. Yeah.
Just for fun? I mean, that sounds
the same. Latender boys Sasha, Riley, and Darcy, they'll throw 10 games a day if they can. So just to keep working on the game throughout the summer. So
I support it.
Yeah. And of course I don't charge them for bowling because we just want to see them get better, and
I mean that's kind of what the game needs, right? Is people that are supporting those folks to. Yeah,
well, they represent Dawson Creek down at the big tournaments, so it's
anything. I was gonna say.
Yeah, anything to support them to get better and represent us. So.
Support the youth, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And Sasha with
not quite.
10 and an 8 in a row. Look at that.
That's a funky little.
So our 1 to 6 is very interesting. Pinfall 7 through 10 is a little different. You get these weird bounces on 6.
So do you care to elaborate on that? Because that's like
So my machines 1 through 6 are convertible 10-pin, but we got rid of the 10-pin. So there's a big gap where the 10 pins are supposed to sit, and the pins bounce a little more. It's not like overly notice. Well, sometimes you'll notice it, but 7 through 10, I still prefer the pinfall there.
Very interesting indeed.
Yeah, that's why we got those big ball returns there. It used to be 10-pin, but yeah.
Oh, that would track. That makes sense.
Yeah, we decided to get rid of it. It's
interesting.
Ooh. All right. And
Corley just a little bit off there at the line, not looking as confident as she normally does.
No, yes. I know she has a bad knee too. I don't know if some of the steps you can kind of see. It's
her knee was hurting a lot at Diamond Ladies. I do remember that.
She still comes out and tries though, at least, right? And shows 100% every
she's
time.
like, I'm here to bowl, guys. Yeah, she's like, I don't care if I'm hurting. I'm bowling. Which, is the type of people we love to have in the game and to be so committed to playing.
Hit those two. Nope.
A little bit of a misstep there for Tiana.
She's just been taking lessons from me. That's her problem. She would have hit them.
So you're to blame for anything.
Yeah, honestly, I can't. Yeah.
Okay, you're to blame.
We're not allowed to talk.
Okay.
We're not allowed to talk about. I'm not allowed to talk bad about her. She'll make me sleep outside. So.
I mean that's fair.
Oh, she looks like a professional.
But I can say whatever I want. So
yeah. I
can slander you and your supposed lessons that you give. So.
Yeah. I'm not very good. It's just. We actually have Trey here. He bowls just like Amanda, but except he's, I think, right-handed.
Oh yeah, he throws.
I call it funky foot, or bocce ball, or.
Yeah, funky.
Yeah, Amanda throws the exact same way, but she's left-handed, so.
Yeah, that's kind of very similar.
Oh.
They're not playing.
Yeah, I don't see it very often.
Yeah, and the top cherry for Trey there.
Of course, yeah.
After talking about
Riley.
Fortunate head pin for Riley there. Bit of a.
Oh, I think he went for the spare there. I could tell how hard he threw it.
Yeah.
Or I could hear it. Either one.
I was gonna say I feel like you could actually hear it. Right?
Yeah, I'm just sitting in the bar. I can see lane 9 from where I'm at, but I try to make it so I can't see them. So yeah, I got to work afterwards.
So what do you mean? So that they can't see you? Like, what's the?
Yeah, I don't want to see them, and they don't want to see me. It's. Oh, look at that! I thought it was a strike. That's a roasted on a 2-pin. Oh.
I mean, that's pretty common for what you'll see at Pinsanity, lanes there for them.
I don't think I've ever bowled Eastern Canada ever, and I've been bowling since I was like 6 years old. So,
I mean, you never would have bowled at this center because there's no tournaments. It's like a community kind of center.
Yeah,
there's manual scoring.
Yeah, it's different, which is unique is good.
Yeah, unique is good. You sound like a parent talking about their child. You're like, my kid is just really unique.
I was talking to Tim yesterday, messaging him, and I said, my mom said I'm special. That's why I can't understand these links he sent me. She had me tested, so and still trusted me alone. So it's see if she can get a strike this time, hopefully. And there we go. They all go over sooner or later.
There we go.
Finally.
So if we look at our totals right now, Pinsanity with a little bit of an advantage. That strike working in that 4th position for Mary Jo. Same thing over on the knockout side, but then that spare working in that 3-hole as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see what John can do here.
Yeah, if he gets a triple here, this is going to be. Oh, I was going to say it will help.
Fortunately not.
Boost the total a little
Not
bit.
seeing the triple. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys had that huge game on the other stream, that first match. So you got to see some of the lovely graphics. We did not see a single graphic.
There was pretty good. There wasn't terrible games during years. I was watching it on the side. It was.
No, they weren't. They weren't
at the
terrible
start.
whatsoever.
Yeah, it was like
It was just, you know, people would get, you know, roasted. It was a lot of spares.
Yeah.
You'd have a couple strikes and then, you know, a spare again, and you're like, okay.
Like Okanagan Eclipse is out of Lincoln Lanes, right?
Yeah, but they're bowling and chase for this.
I think Lincoln's up
there was
for sale, or there's new owners taking over, or
something going on there that was, you know, why they weren't playing there this week.
I kind of
so some of the players, some of the players had traveled into bowl. I think everybody came in today. So
yeah, they have their Alan Byrne on their team. I really like him. He's a good bowler.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everyone's a good bowler.
Yeah, that's right. Unless you watch
bowlers,
me. Unless you watch me.
We already heard you're not a good coach, so
yeah.
Can't have much faith in the bowling.
I charge everyone comes
well.
asking me for advice, and I'm like, hey, listen, you might want to go ask somebody else. I know a lot.
I'll actually pay you to take my advice, you don't have to pay me.
Like, I know the sport. It's just coaching's not my forte.
Ooh, and there's a bit of a blow by there for Sasha. Yeah. Ian is very solid on his 3-pin spares.
Oh, God,
Sasha did this last time. He had a.
Oh, he had 50 something after 5 or 60 after 5, and then he ended with a.
Okay, so he's doing better than last time.
Yeah, it wasn't so great last game. But then he picked up after halftime. So.
Well, that's all that matters, right? As long as you get your point at the end of the game, you know, maybe make it a little bit more stressful for your coach manager. But
that's a good ball.
Yeah, great ball for Trey there.
See if Corley can answer it.
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
awesome.
Great ball for her there. Yeah, so keeping in control a little bit of that match there, which is good.
Yeah, I like close matches. You know, I watched the Masters and all that last weekend or 2 weeks ago.
Close matches are exciting.
Yeah. I was watching the singles event and it was I was enjoying that too much. Oh, there we go.
And a great ball for Sherry. Back-to-back sibling strikes, which we always like to see.
And
close matches are always exciting. Like, as much as we love seeing folks go on huge runs, we saw yesterday in the league finals, Aaron Allblast threw, I believe, a 420 when he had 11 in a row. And, that's exciting, watching somebody who gets fired up, throwing those strikes and, really laying the hammer down to win some points for their team. But, when your opponent throws a 250, 260, it's less exciting. It's exciting, but it's also less exciting because you're not like, who's going to win? What's going to happen? This person punched. This person threw a strike. It's swinging back and forth every single frame, right? As a bowler, I prefer option 1, just to clarify. I would much rather be ahead.
We had
and have a very comfortable cushion.
Yeah, that's what I like. We had 2 BC bowlers in the finals one year, and to go to nationals, it was 410 to 420. I was
that's exciting.
That made me like, oh God.
Yeah.
My heart can only handle so much.
Mary Jo with a pretty uncharacteristic miss on that corner. She's usually a corner pin machine. At Open Nationals this year, she had a game where she had, I think, 3 or 4 sets of aces in a single game. Still managed to get 244 out of it. It'd be double aces. And after a while, people were just like, this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
They throw a bomb and you just get
How many
aces
can you
again.
get? How many can you get in this weekend?
You're
Let's see.
How many could you get? Yeah. How many can you get in a single game? Let's see. Okay, and a good half for Riley there.
There you go, Riley.
Does what Sasha could not do at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, the younger brother's showing
John
the
just a
older brother
little bit heavy.
both. So
Yeah, showing him up. Yeah, of course. John
it's
with
only
the punch
business. That's what my
there.
dad said. So
There you go.
Okay. It helps Riley get back in the game too, but John still has a nice little lead.
Has a little bit of a.
It all depends what he does.
A little bit of a lead there.
All depends what Riley does.
Yeah,
on
for
that
sure.
ball, I
And
guess, those,
the next ball, but I'm sure John's going to make the adjustment he needs to do here. Obviously, starting off with that double, and now that double head pin, if you want to call it that. So he's on the middle, just maybe making that micro adjustment to find the side a little bit more and get a bit more of a push.
Yeah, that's a different style ham bone. That's a
yeah.
Two head pins.
No, I don't know if that's the style of ham bone anybody would.
No,
really
I don't.
But
but
this
is
we
why they don't let
can
me
call
coach
it that. Yeah, you're like, good job. You got a special ham bone.
Yeah.
They're like, what on earth are you talking about? I got a bunch of head pins. So heading into the fifth frame here, we have the Northern Knockouts with a 403 total to Pinsanity's 439. Ian, just a little bit quick on that first ball, not having that great, strong, solid finish at the line. He'll be looking to cover that half and to maybe make up even more ground, give a little bit more of a cushion against Sasha.
Oh. Oh, I think I'm back. Sorry, the internet is absolutely terrible here in Dawson today.
That's all good. There's lots of streaming going on at once. I think we recognize that for everybody. So matching spares for both of our leadoff bowlers, Sasha and Ian.
See if they can do anything after the halftime with that half.
The trend going. Yeah, second half here.
Yeah, Sasha's a little bit behind, but
yeah, it's still close, right?
Yeah.
Like it's.
I know he likes
not
to make
like
that
we're seeing
push.
these huge. Yeah. It's always interesting hearing people's. Oh, something different. A chop.
Holy.
A lot of pin action.
Yeah, that 3-pin or that head pin rolled all the way by it.
Yeah. So for the players that bowl on the Knockouts team, do a bunch of them travel? What does that sort of look like in terms of where they're based out of?
So Richie travels to Masters in the Open. Latender boys do the WCBT, obviously. Everyone sees them, and then Coralie does them as well. Other than that, Ryan did the Heritage. He does the Open. I currently just so I don't go to any tournaments. I stepped away from them as well. Like we just take a mental break for a little bit, and then so we don't do a lot of traveling. Just taking it easy right now. It's
for sure.
Trying to get back in the right mindset, right? It's like
there you go.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the team members, does everyone live in Dawson, or
oh god,
do people drive in for your match today?
You could literally only one drove in is Coralie from Fort St. John, which is 45 minutes an hour away. So.
Oh, okay. So that's not bad at all.
Other than that, like Dawson Creek, you can see the other side of it if you look out your front window. So it's
okay.
Yeah, everything's pretty close. Oh, a head pin.
And a good push for Mary Jo with
that's
that
a good
long finish that she held at the line. We have Tommy Tompkins here. Comment: Mary Jo versus Richie is legendary. This is the only format in which you would see this, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hilarious. Oh, that would have been pretty goated if you would have covered that.
I bowled a tournament with Richie once, and I was beating him. And
he spared something ridiculous?
He threw aces, and I was like, I got you beat. I got 2 in a row. And then I threw a chop off miss. And he spared the aces in front of me and then struck out. So,
yeah.
I lost by 15 in the end. It was the most embarrassing thing ever.
Yeah.
Because I was bragging everyone that I beat him. But, it's the joys of being the youngest one out of all of them.
That's true. Riley. That's the shot he's looking for there.
Yeah. John's still holding in. He's got his spare at least. So.
Yeah, found the side of the head pin a little bit more there. Yeah. So Heading into our break here, Northern Knockouts with a little bit of the advantage in total, 522. They have that spare working at the top and then those 2 strikes to 504 for Pinsanity. They have 3 spares and those 2 strikes working. So definitely really close. Too tough to make any sort of calls at this point. So we'll see how the teams sort of come out swinging after the commercial break here in the second half of the game.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
Financial freedom begins with financial literacy.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm thrilled to be a sponsor. My journey began as a teacher because of my deep passion for education. I brought that same passion into the financial world to help families achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom isn't just about having more, it's about knowing more. That's why I'm here to help you make smart decisions with insurance, investing, and lending, all in one place. I'm Dave, and together we'll help you achieve financial freedom.
All right, so we're back again for Pinsanity versus the Knockouts. Again, Pinsanity has those 3 spares working, those 2 strikes, with a total of 504. To the Knockout single spare and 2 strikes with a total of 522. So definitely close. Nobody's running away with any of these matches. I mean, we saw Richie go on a huge run that last game, if I'm not mistaken, to close things out. So who knows what could happen here?
I went and delivered some messages. I saw Tom told me to tell Riley to bowl better, and I said, "You want me to be honest? You need to bowl better." So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I'm just a messenger.
I was gonna say, do you get to take credit for that, or does Tommy?
No, I didn't talk to Sasha. He was, I don't know where he was, but I was gonna tell him to do better too. But it's,
I mean, valid.
Yeah.
We always want to see bowlers do better. That was not a better ball.
Okay. Listen, I should have went and talked to him.
Yeah, I think you should have found him, done whatever you needed to do to figure out where he was.
Yeah, it's like I said, he doesn't look right. Like that's how he throws usually, but usually hits the middle. But something just doesn't look right with him.
Yeah, he just looks a little bit off, maybe a little bit quick because his feet aren't quite underneath him.
Yeah, he's kind of like tossing the ball like Riley does, and that's not like Sasha. So
That's not his shot. Yeah.
nah, that's
So we have Coralie coming up here to bat in the 6th frame. So Ian with that head pin, still having that advantage over
Trey is.
over Sasha. And a great ball from Trey. Trey was great in that first game as well. Put up a nice string of strikes in the middle of the game there.
Yeah, sometimes you need that one player that's just putting stuff together. It just helps out quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely gives a little bit of momentum. Again, that first match that Pinsanity played, just like barely losing, right? It was essentially that first ball in 10 that John threw that cost them, the match was the difference between a win and a loss, right? Of a 5-3 versus a 6-2. So we have some hecklers coming in and harassing you. Is that?
Oh, that was my brother's wife. It was the bar's opening up.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's key information.
Yeah, we can start drinking soon. I gotta work though.
Yeah. So.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's valid. There you go.
Yeah.
Tiana finding the side of the head pin there again, throwing another strike, getting that double. And then Sherry throwing another 5 spare on the Pinsanity side in the 3-hole.
My dad Richie came up to me and asked what he was doing wrong, and I said, "You just bowled a 380. I don't think you need to ask me."
Yeah, I'd be like, you're usually on a little bit of a cool down. You're hitting the middle. You're just not getting the same amount of push that you got the game before. So
I didn't want to tell him
that
he's
chop
old,
well.
but like he's.
I feel like you look old on the lanes, Dad. Like,
yeah, you're looking real fragile out there.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's solid on the corner pin, so it's.
Oh yeah, she gets a lot of corners. That's like her. She doesn't miss the middle very often.
Yeah, her ball's a little.
She gets
slow.
a lot of corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, she throws very, very slow.
Yeah.
For a while, people who didn't see my mom throw were like, "Oh, she throws like you," and I was like, "Well, wait until you see her," and you're like, "She throws very slow." Like.
Yeah.
Right, so
we have a lady that used to bowl here. She dropped the ball at the foul line, and I watched her bowl 400. Anything can happen with those slow balls.
anything can happen. This is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And again, John just a little bit off there. It's his first miss on the head pin, missing just to the right, sliding, just a little bit off target and scooching by that head pin. But still a solid frame for Pinsanity. 3 spares, 4 marks. That double working in the second spot with Trey, has that turkey going. And then we have the knockouts with those 2 doubles working and that spare. So lots of sticks still to count and lots of game left. 620 to 684. So tight match. This is what makes it interesting. This is what we like to see. Like, I like to see big scores. Like watching someone like a team put up a 1500 is cool.
Yeah.
But if the other team isn't, matching that energy, it's less exciting, I'll be honest.
Yeah. It's just like watching Next Gen with a lot of teams this year. God, did they just phenomenal scores.
Clobber them? Yeah, just clobber them. I know, yeah.
After a while, you're
That's
like,
a good
when
ball
does
for
it end? Like,
yeah, you're like, when can you stop throwing strikes?
I think that was one of our teams that we actually beat. They didn't have the best day. I think they threw a 1300 or something.
You're like, okay, we got this.
Yeah, well, we beat one of the hardest teams. Look at that.
There you go.
We got the Tic Cat boys on that team too, right? And they're just
Brad and Ty.
Insane. So
yeah, you gotta take. I was temping bowling with Tyler this week, and he throws the exact same shot as he does with 5 pin. It's pretty comical because it still works somehow. Yeah,
I could see it. It's in his blood bowling.
It doesn't matter what discipline of bowling. He's just gonna be good.
Yeah.
So Trey getting roasted there on that ball in the 7th frame. Going to be looking to cover that half there and keep ahead and a nice comfortable lead on Coralie. And do we think we might see some sort of switch here on the knockout side? Like,
I would like. Oh God, that's a good question. Sasha,
you're gonna put on
I
your
would-
coaching hat. You're gonna put on your like.
Yeah. My professional opinion.
Your
I would've got rid of-
professional, yeah, your professional opinion.
I would have got rid of Sasha in the 5th, 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, having a 5 frame in this league is pretty and is not going to get you
Yeah.
very
We
far
don't-
and can be pretty detrimental, right?
If I was, I don't have Ryan to go in there. Ryan is a really good alternative. To put
Yeah.
in. He's going to physio and stuff. Wrecked his shoulder.
Yeah, he's injured. Yeah.
Yeah, he would be a really good alternative to put in there.
So I think we have Scott coming in here for Sherry, second ball of the 7th frame. I don't know if Alan can hear me, but please send that in the group chat. That's a good way to come in.
And
Dawson
Creek Fall. Dawson Creek Fall.
Yeah, you got to run away from that one there.
Yeah. We get quite a bit of those. It's insane amount of
Yeah.
we get of that. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, when I was bowling in Quebec for the Quebec Classic, we got some of those. There's a couple of videos of me. A good push for Mom there to get that chop off. A better count for her as well and leaves it sparable. Yeah, the Quebec Classic, there was some like dirty, like really late like falls. If I'd like turn around and be like, oh my God, no, I got a chop off. Then it's like, oh no, I got a 12. Actually, never mind, I got a strike. Great.
mine was watching Derek Holmes at the Open the one year and throwing like a 3-pin and it ends up a strike or something or a head pin.
Oh, the head pin? Yeah, I have seen that video.
God. That
Yeah,
video
I've watched
just
it quite a
every
few
time.
times recently. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
I'm still trying to figure out how it went over, but like it's
Yeah, I think the best thing is when you watch like Lyle, who was bowling on the set next to him.
yeah.
His reaction to it is pretty comical.
Yeah.
So.
I got quite a bit of good videos. I got Robert Tompkins sticking on my lane and jumping halfway up the ball returns and
Like he fell?
he didn't fall. He never falls. So
He just like
he lands on his feet every time. It's weird.
He's like a cat. 9 lives,
Yeah.
always land on their
Have
feet.
you ever watched him bowl? He gets really low and then he throws it.
Oh, I know,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, and he sticks and he jumps out onto the ball return every time.
I'm like, okay, this sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ball we're used to seeing from John.
Oh, it did go.
Yeah, he got a late push there. Just
Oh.
went whoop, straight back into the pit. So definitely heating up a little bit on both sides here. We have, that double working with Tiana. We have that strike and then that 3 spare. And then so if you're anybody who's joining us, like why on earth are there random balls going down the Pinsanity lane? The 2-pin did fall. The pin setter just didn't register that. And because the reset buttons are not connected on the ball returns, there's a whole story behind that. If they want to reset, they need to throw 2 other balls. It's because the seniors were getting confused about the buttons and would just like press it in the middle of a frame. So they just turned it off.
Is it? Oh no, I guess there's no pro score. Never mind.
Yeah, it's hand scoring. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's a. Oh no, Sasha. Yeah, I think you just keep them in, let them stick it through now. It's
at this point, right? I
mean, you're
you
too
try,
late.
you try and figure it out.
Yeah, we have no coach right now either, right? So it's just these guys making their own decisions.
They're just okay. I'm gonna bowl, I guess. Figure it out. Hopefully, maybe work through. Yeah. Work through some things, right? Because they have another match, right? So it's not like
it's
things are done here.
Some points here is
as many points as
strike out.
Yeah, maybe. And
this might be the
not fully out of the match.
Game I've ever. Yeah, this might be the worst game I've ever seen Sasha throw in Pro League. So far.
You've ever seen him throw or thrown in general?
Thrown in the Pro League. Like I think this might be his lowest game in the 8th frame. Like he's usually pretty solid lead off.
I was gonna say he's usually he's a good bowler. So is kind of uncharacteristic, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good ball for Corley. That's
Yeah,
what she was looking for, that's for sure.
Yeah, you need the rest of your team to help out that first place spot. So.
Yeah. Oh, that was a weird way to get
Yeah,
10 for Ian.
Interested.
Would have been nice if, you know, they both would have fallen. Got that 3 spare. He's very good at those, but
All right,
we'll see if Tiana can keep things going here.
Oh no.
A little bit too dead on.
Oh, there's a head pin too.
And-
Oh, good. Oh, they're coming out. Oh no.
Matching head pin for
I think this is pretty
Trey
much
and Tiana.
these teams in relegation. I think that's a big thing. Is a lot of middle hits and too many head pins.
Too
Where
many
the other
head
teams are getting
pins.
sparables, and
Yeah.
from what I've watched, it's
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you gotta wonder, like, thinking about all the different types of lane conditions that these teams are playing on, right? Like, how would things look like if, you know, they were all at one center, right? Like, think about the Open or the Masters format.
But yeah, I could tell like these guys that don't have the luxury of like scoring are all the way east here with older equipment. If they get on like these Bonnie Dune lanes or some of these guys
for
could be
sure.
amazing, right? It's
Although I can say, this is going to show how much of a big bowling nerd I am. I created a data set that has all of the EU Challenge scores from like 2004 to 2017 and like did an analysis to see if the scores thrown at Bonnie Doon were statistically higher than other years, and they were not. So I don't know. Like we have that argument all the time. You're like, well, what if we were all bowling at that one center that has these crazy kickbacks? But then it's like, well,
I do not bowl well at Bonnie Doon at all. It's
I've never bowled at Bonnie Doon. I've never bowled in Edmonton or the Edmonton area, which people think is really weird.
I bowled St. Albert like in 2008, so I might have been like 8 years old, maybe.
I feel like you should know how old you were in 2008.
I'm like, I think, you know, it's like 8 or 9. We were nationals there. I was like, oh, we made nationals finally. Oh, it's Edmonton.
And then it's not as far away from home. You're like, oh, it could have been somewhere really cool. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I bowled at Bonnie Doon. I bowled the green and gold, and I had the worst year of my life. I averaged 186, and my average is 234. So it's.
I don't know. I don't know what your average is. You could have been like, I had the best year of my life. I bowled 186.
My average is
150 average bowler. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a 130.
Yeah, 130 average bowler. I mean, that's kind of Sasha right now.
Yeah, I feel him.
Sasha, don't come after me for saying that.
Honestly, he looks like my wide receiver bowlers right now. I hope he heard that.
We did a fun thing on the stream, the Frames of Shame stream on Wednesday because I joined them there. A couple of the guys there had bowled YBC Nationals in like 2015 or 2016 at Nebs, and they were guessing what they averaged at Nationals, and it was really funny because it was like, I averaged 125. I was like, actually, you averaged 150. They're like, oh my god, I was so good as a peewee. It's always kind of comical when you're like, what? How bad was I? Or how? Actually, I did better than I thought I did. In the past,
I'm always embarrassed to look at the stats. They're like, hey, you bowled nationals. Let's pull up the stats. I'm like, hey, how about we don't? Okay,
let's not do that. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
I was the lowest averaging player out of everyone, so it's
even the peewees.
I was the bantam division. I only averaged 101 maybe 101 98. It's
okay, but you were just a little kid. That's fine.
Yeah, the same year I was there, I think Derek Gall won singles for seniors.
So you're calling Derek old?
Yeah, he's old. Yeah. Tyler McLean as well was there. He's old. Yeah.
Oh, trusted Tyler. Yeah. So a bit of a quicker frame for the knockouts there. A couple head pins. Mary Jo missing a little bit to the left there. You don't see her do that too often. It looks like she just dropped the ball a little bit at the line there.
If she doesn't spare this, that's going to be a closer game actually now.
Yeah, definitely going to be a closer game with Richie there. We'll see what she does on her second ball here. It's always really funny because I know my mom's game so well, and I'm her like primary coach. That anytime she does something on stream, I'm like, oh, I know exactly what was wrong on that shot or whatever it may be. So
Yeah, no, we're jokesters, the Bolio. So if I see Dad bowling bad, I'm just like, hey, by the way,
You're gonna
Grandma would have
harass
bowled
him.
better than you, just so you know.
That should be a new one I should say to my mom, because my grandma, not a great bowler. That
No,
could
my
be
grandma's pretty bad.
that could cut deep, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, so a bit of a
I
tough
just
frame
don't
for
mix
her,
with the
but
senior league.
I mean,
I got a bowler. He's 97 years old, and he's better
you're
than
like
that.
that.
Right
That's
now.
you, Dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, he'd have 283 in the 8th frame if it was
Yeah.
him.
He would have had a perfect game almost, I'm telling you.
Yeah, of course. So looking at the matches here, in that first position, Ian with a little bit of a lead, even though Sasha is, struggling quite a bit. He's still like, if he banged out and, Ian ran into some trouble here, he could steal that point out.
Yeah.
Great ball for John.
It's only 30 points. Yeah. 32 points.
Yeah. Trey with the advantage here. Nice little cushion against Corley, but again, Corley throwing that strike in the 8th frame.
Yeah. See, Riley with 2 spares too. John threw the double in there. That puts Riley in a catch-up game now. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Looking at the Tiana Scott/Sherry game, Tiana with a nice big advantage there, even though they both were open in 8, but having a little bit of a buffer, so 45 points. So that's a nice buffer for her there. Yeah. And then that 4-hole match, super duper close, only 6 sticks, and then again at the bottom, right?
Yeah, and Trey and Corley, I think Trey is taking off with this one. He did really well, so.
Yeah, and he bowled really well. He threw a strike. Oh my God!
I was gonna go with only 59 frames.
Only took, yeah, I mean,
8 more.
First frame, yeah, 8 more frames. Well, yeah, first frame was a strike, and then he kind of forgot.
Apparently, the knockouts are not supposed to start with marks because last game we started with headpins, and we bowled really well. So.
Okay, so that's your pro coaching advice.
We also had a gutter ball our first frame.
Oh, that's honestly kind of iconic.
Yeah, it is. As Dawson Creek special.
Yeah, and another great ball from Trey there. Yeah, should I go back and clip this? This is going to be in my next fails video, is somebody throwing a gutter in the Pro League. It's coming soon, so,
I would, all the fouls, the fall over the foul line. Scott Hoka, my favorite.
I mean, Scott's was really funny. That was my first time commenting in the Pro League.
Oh, I was laughing so hard. We had it on the big screen.
That's, yeah. All right, so we'll see what Scott can do here. Even if he's a little bit out of that match, a great ball from him with Tiana. He can still, be putting up some sticks for total, because that is going to be essentially the deciding factor at the end of the day overall today, right? Because that's like those 3 points.
Yeah, the total's huge, right? It's
like that's the biggest thing essentially for today. And another great ball from Tiana, just all over the middle. Great shot. Looks super confident there. So even if Scott is, out of that match, more or less, definitely looking to put up as many marks as he can, right? Just for total and getting those sticks for the bottom.
If your game's too far lost, like my dad says, you always try right till the end, right? You don't give up.
100%. Yeah. No, that's definitely always the way to go.
Yeah, I've learned
Tommy is also giving
Tommy
Scott a shout out.
Oh my God. Holy.
I mean,
I have a Northern Knockouts jersey going to Robert Tompkins, so he's going to look good in one of those.
Hell yeah.
He won one of our tournaments, and I put my logo right on the chest. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, and matching spares in the 9th frame for Mary Jo and Richie in that 4-hole position. We'll see what John can do here and what Riley can do. Can Riley match his brother?
Come on, Riley. Nope,
or is it only that one Latondra brother can be bowling good at a time?
I think that might be a thing. Yeah, all 3 of them together, miracle would happen.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
It's just like us too. Like you put the Bolios together, one has a 300, the others have 150. So.
Luckily, I do not have that issue with my mother. If I bowl with her, if we both bowl good, we usually both bowl good. It's fine.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen with us. We crumble.
The dynamic is not there.
No.
Yeah. So John hanging that left corner there. Would have been nice to have that strike going into the 10th frame, but again, still a great count on his double. And Riley with that open in 9 on the knockout side. And again, John with a little bit of an uncharacteristic miss, seeing him show a little bit of emotion and frustration there, which we don't tend to see from him. So 10-24 for Pinsanity to 9-48 for the knockouts. The knockouts have 2 spares and 2 strikes working, and Pinsanity has those 3 strikes and that 1 spare working. Again, and both anchor bowlers have opens in the 9th frame. So again, another exciting game. Like, not exciting like we're having these crazy scores, but just exciting in terms of how close everything is.
My heart can only handle so much of this.
And your heart can only handle so much, and you're young.
I'm
imagine
young,
imagine some of our older viewers. Sasha found the side of the headpin again.
Yeah,
this is
I'm already
crazy.
stressed. Yeah, just 2 more.
Yeah. What's more stress? Come on, let's make it even worse for us. Yeah.
Okay, so see, he's actually putting effort into the throw now, which is how he bowls. Which is his other balls.
How he normally bowls.
If I was out there right now, I'm pretty honest with him. He looked terrible. He's last 3 balls.
I've seen him. Yeah. I've seen him bowl in tournament, and he just didn't look like comfortable. He just looked off, right, for the first half of that game.
He's putting effort into it. It was like no effort the first.
And it's like he's throwing that confident, like really solid shot for 9 and 10.
It's like he was trying to play safe or adjust, and he wasn't making the right adjustment, and he's just frustrated.
Yeah, he's playing it safe and then not making an adjustment, so you're just kind of throwing a ball for the sake of throwing a ball. But I mean, he did what he needed to do. Could he have made his life a little bit easier? Probably.
He could have made his life way easier. His average is like, he's I think in the pro league he averaged 260 something.
I was going to say, I was looking at this. Yeah.
Come on, that thing wiggled. Oh my god.
We didn't get another Dawson pull, unfortunately.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
All right, so we have our scores coming up here. So the knockouts have 1 point. You say, "Oh, we got one."
Oh, we got one.
Sasha got a point.
Woo!
That is probably the worst point I've seen won in the pro league.
120 in the 8th, finishing with 209. That's impressive.
And Coralie flying by that there. That would have been huge for her to cover that and put a few more sticks to have on the bottom as a buffer. And Trey just a little bit quick.
He was bowling really well this game. I don't like Coralie had to match him, which he was actually getting strikes, and she was getting head pins, chop offs. Corner pin.
She wasn't getting the push that Trey was getting, and he was really solid that first game as well for Pinsanity.
Yeah, both pretty solid this game. I like to. Well, guys I haven't seen before, I like to.
Yeah. So Trey, for some of our viewers who are not familiar, Trey, that was disgusting.
What the?
That was crazy. Now I'm like going to bring up the replay.
Oh no way! That just happened. That's crazy.
It's a Dawson pull. We were talking about it.
Apparently, holy.
That was really weird. Okay, let me screen record.
Oh.
So we're gonna see them do the weird thing where they throw 2 balls just like down the lane.
Yeah.
Or someone's gonna run to the back and reset.
Yeah, just have a pin boy. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was weird. Holy. That was really weird. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was just
The headpin like came and rolled around the front and then hit the pins from like the front. That was really strange.
Just dominoed it.
Just fully dominoed it. So great game for Trey.
Awesome.
Great game for him and huge for total as well. So
yes. It's close in total now. Well, we have a bowler ahead on the Northern Knockouts, I guess, but that's
but still, I mean, it looks like the Knockouts, Tiana with a great game. 268. So
you want to see the 200s at least. You don't want to be lower than the 200s. It's in this.
You don't want to have a 120.
Oh well, yeah, 120 is good.
Maybe it honestly makes it interesting.
I could start my own.
Makes it memorable. Yeah. You have to bowl like under 120 or something.
Your average has to be like 130.
If you go over that, then you like lose points or something.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be some fun like things you could do. I'll make this my new like TikTok trend or something. That you have to bowl bad. That's a good bowl. For Scott, gets absolutely roasted on his corner pin there.
Oh, it looks like Mary Jo has been pretty solid. It looks like Richie might be donezo this one.
yeah, we'll see what my mom can do here. I mean,
Yeah.
she just needs to, well, because
She
she
only
still
needs
has
to
her
hit the
count
middle,
right in the
yeah.
ninth frame. She just needs to hit the middle. So it looks like I think the other match is done already on the other side, or close to being done here. So we likely won't have time for an interview with Pinsanity and the Knockouts. Unfortunately, we'll just have to go to our commercial break. But we can, chat when they join us again for the next game, which will be the Eclipse taking on the Knockouts.
Yeah.
Riley really lofted that ball.
Yeah, he got that quite out there, which is...
Was that a frustration throw or like...
Yeah, it's... Sometimes he just doesn't know his own strength. He's just
such a strong guy. He's just in the gym all the time.
Oh, yeah, he's lost quite a bit of weight. This kid's gained a lot of strength. His ball just keeps going harder and harder.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I don't see Mary Jo losing it. There is no way she goes 0-0. She's too good. So
she literally is like. So many people are her. She has such a little fan club. She does not leave sticks on the table.
She only has 2 points left on deck right now. Yeah.
Yeah, she taught me that as a child. She's like, do not leave sticks on deck.
My dad taught me that. I just didn't listen.
Okay, well, that's
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. My grandpa told me that too, and I still didn't listen.
I mean, yeah, understandable. That tracks.
Yeah. I just don't like to listen, apparently. That's why I'm not a very good coach either.
Well, what do you mean listening doesn't have anything to do with coaching? That's telling.
Yeah, like they're like, hey, you should do this in coaching. I'm like, I'll just, yeah.
All right, so Pinsanity has another 2 points here. We'll wait until that last match is done here.
Looks like average pros won a 6-2. So.
Yeah, average pros went 6-2 that match against the Eclipse. So we'll see what John does here. Obviously, just needs to stay behind the line to get his point here. And Insanity is going to be... Yeah, and that seals the deal. So Pinsanity is going to get 6 points. Northern Knockouts are going to get 2.
Riley should have just done better. I said no.
He should have done, honestly.
He might be nearby. I might just be trying to poke the bear.
I mean, that's fine.
If I don't see a 300 next game, I think we're cutting him out of the bowling alley. So he's gonna have to start paying for practice.
Solid plan.
Yeah, gotta do what you got to do. Yeah. I think he just quit. I don't think he's ever coming back. So
He's done. He's not bowling the next game.
No.
All right. So with that, we have Pinsanity against the Knockouts winning 6-2. We're going to go to our commercial break here, and then we will be back for our last match on this side, which will be the Knockouts against the Eclipse. All right. So we'll see you guys here shortly, and we'll have our managers interview before the next game.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
Financial freedom begins with financial literacy.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm thrilled to be a sponsor. My journey began as a teacher because of my deep passion for education. I brought that same passion into the financial world to help families achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom isn't just about having more, it's about knowing more. That's why I'm here to help you make smart decisions with insurance, investing, and lending, all in one place. I'm Dave, and together we'll help you achieve financial freedom.
All right.
1 second.
We're back for our third match of the day on this side of the stream. So the A side, we have the Northern Knockouts taking on the Eclipse. So have Kaylin joining us again for this game. We're going to bring in our coaches just for a quick chat before we get things going. Welcome back, Ryan. Welcome back, Matt.
Thank you.
Obviously, Ryan, a bit of a tough loss there for you guys and for the Eclipse as well. Looks like sort of these last matches on both the A and B side are going to sort of be the determining factor. What's sort of the game plan for you guys, Matt, heading into this game?
The Bills fell off last game. We talked about it, staying focused. We've been great through the first 5 frames. We're losing focus in the middle. So, let's bowl 10 frames, not half a game. That's the first start. And, tightening up on our wood because we just left way too much last game. And you can't do that in a league of this caliber. So, yep, that's the plan.
Yeah, for sure. And Ryan, sort of, what about you guys thinking about regrouping heading into that next match?
Yeah, we're hitting the middle pretty good. I figured for majority of us right now, but almost too good kind of scenario. Too perfect is not necessarily good. So kind of just trying to de-escalate. A little stresses out there. So just trying to have more fun. Kind of just a game. So that's trying to alleviate the stress with everyone. But we're hopefully going to mix it up a little bit here with some players and see how they feel.
Yeah, for sure. And any changes to your lineup that we're going to see on the knockout side?
So right now I'm actually going to be starting Amanda for Coralie. I'm going to have Coralie on the bench, but everyone else is going to stay the same as the last lineup in the last game there, and then we're just going to see how it plays out.
Okay, so we have Sasha, Amanda, Tiana, Richie, and then Riley. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Perfect. And then Matt, what about you guys on the Eclipse side?
We're going to run Bradford, Matt, Trev, Lindsay, Kyle. Bradford and Matt bowled really well together back to back in the open. Matt's great in the 2-hole. Debbie's coming off the bench, and she's a great bench player. So, yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, best of luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Again after the match here.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Sweet.
All right. So I'm just going to run through our rosters here really quickly. So for the Eclipse, we have Bailey Lawson, Chris Bradford, Trevor Wikwalski, Mike Elder, Matthew Griffin, Debbie Ely, Kyle Young, Lindsay Christensen, managed by Matt Young, and normally bowling in with Nathan Lanes, but today they're in Chase. And then for the Northern Knockouts, we have Richie Bolio, Ryan Bolio, Sasha Latondra, Riley Latondra, Amanda McPherson, Tiana Shields, Coralie Sislag. No, I can't say it again. Riley, what is it?
Salaji.
Salaji, and then managed by Darcy Latondra, bowling out of Hypertension Escape. And we're good to go. Seeing a little bit of a lineup change on the Eclipse side. Bradford moving up to the leadoff position with Matthew following him.
Really starting. Oh, you're starting big.
Oh. The knockouts know they can start, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm gonna yell at Sasha.
We're just gonna hang out. Oh, and Bradford just missing that a little bit there, looking a little bit quick.
Apparently, Sasha's getting into the mental game. I just watched him realize they're still bowling.
Yeah, be like, hey guys, we're not done for the day. We actually have another game. He's just trying to like regroup, reset after that lovely performance the last game.
Yeah, he's just not looking right. It's just
yeah.
In my opinion, like,
he's just not looking right. End of statement.
That's not the normal ball he throws. It's just...
Yeah, he just looks a bit uncomfortable. His feet don't seem to be quite under him like you'd normally see with his shot. Sort of not getting the finish on the ball that I think all of us are used to seeing from him there. Oh.
Yeah, he's got a.
And I know Nat said that Bradford and Matthew played really well together back to back on the Open. And they're doing the same thing. Unfortunately, missing their corner pin spare in that first frame, but
playing as a team.
Playing as a team, not in the way you want to be playing as a team, but playing as a team nonetheless. But Matthew picking up a little bit there, getting those 2 extra sticks.
Yes, Sasha and Brad or Chris matchup is really good because Chris is really good. Sasha can bowl really good. It's they get really intense, both of them. So, and Sasha's got no hype up like he usually does right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder in a league format like this, right? To be self-motivated and to get yourself hyped up when you're not in a bowling alley filled with a ton of other people, right?
Whenever we do our games, you can hear Sasha from across the road. That's how loud he screams when he gets a start.
You gotta get him fired up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go slap him here. So.
Yeah, do it on the stream because that's great content for us.
Yeah, that's a good TikTok right there.
Great content for the 5PL or me.
Yeah.
Or the hypertension program. Any of these. Yeah. So again, just for a little bit of a score update across, all of the matches here, as it is a single round robin, and we had those 2 streams going. The Northern Knockouts are sitting with 9 points, Pinsanity with 8, the Eclipse with 8 as well, and then the Average Pros sitting at 7. So this game with, some of those teams taking on each other, that's going to be really interesting and sort of the deciding factor for how things are going to swing. Lindsay just looking a little bit quick there.
Oh, a little bonus.
Top off to a 12 to a strike. Okay.
I heard them
that's when you're the opponent on the other team, and you look at the stream after. You're like, "That's how we got the strike." Come on.
Oh God. Our joke is my grandpa's name was Moses. We say we have Moses the monkey in the background that pulls strings and all that fun stuff.
So typically for the knockouts, does the team normally play on this lane?
We've tried lane 1, we've tried lane 2, we've tried 5, we tried 7, we tried 8. It's got to be the lane's fault, not the player's fault. I'm telling you.
100%.
Of course, 100% it is. Yeah. I know Pinsanity has played on a number of different lanes as well in their matches. It sort of depends on what lane is playing the best on any given
Last year we played
day.
On lane 7, but we're having really bad issues on lane 7 and 8. They're old machines, so like.
You don't want to deal with all the.
I don't want to deal with pain of
all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's valid.
Got a whole summer to fix it though, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
although
the maintenance
people
never
say,
stops.
Yeah, people are like, "Oh, bowling isn't a summer sport." I'm like, "Well, it used to not be for me. I wouldn't think about bowling for like 4 months of the year, and now I'm like, oh, year round." I'm a
part of the board for BC, so it's constant like meetings and bowling never stops. So
Yeah. I was like, and this year I'm switching my approach over the summer, so it's just a never-ending thing. Yeah, comment from Tommy here again. It's so close. Indeed it is, and that really every pin is going to matter for all of these teams and how the chips are going to fall at the end of the day today, and who's going to be officially back in the league and who's going to have a shot at that second round of relegation if that team is obviously interested in continuing.
Come on, Sash.
Oh,
See, that was
a
the
little bit heavy.
They're going to make this game real close, those two guys, I'm telling you.
Yeah. They're playing to make it interesting.
Yeah, I love
It's
it.
like,
I
this makes
enjoy
good
it so much.
TV. Should you be saying that about someone who's bowling in your bowling alley?
Oh, this it's yeah. My dad has a shirt he made and it says, "Your pinfall's not my problem."
oh, we need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, send some of those down to Chase. That'd be great.
Yeah.
There you go. How many lanes do you guys have in Chase?
We have 8.
Like, you have 8?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell with the angle of the camera on the 5PL. Like, it looks humongous in there.
Yeah, it's so not. Like, you can see all 8 lanes on the feed.
Okay.
Yeah, we're close. We only have 10, so looks like somebody's bowling on 9.
Yeah.
All right, off to a bit of a slow start here on both sides, but
yeah, I think most of these players can tell that it's a do or die situation now because we've got like 2-way tie for second, knockouts at 9, and pros at 7. So it's a little
definitely a little bit
try not to make any
tense
mistakes, right? It's
wanting to get every stick, and if you had a little bit of a misstep in one of the earlier games, just not dwelling on that, right, and just capitalizing on what's in front of you and throwing that good ball here and now to get as many sticks as you can, get as many points as you can.
Yeah, it's a little slow start.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start. We only have 1 strike on both sides. I would like more strikes. I have not had a chance to use a single one of the graphics today. They've gotten to use them on the other stream. I have not had an opportunity. You guys are both in your respective bowling alleys. You can go yell at them and tell them, throw strikes. Maria wants to use the graphics. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'll tell Sasha off here pretty quick. I'll be like, hey, I'm used to you throwing like 8 in a row. What's going on here?
Yeah, come on. Or just yell at your dad. Just say, hey, throw more
Yeah,
strikes.
you had 8 before. What
do what you did. Do what you did last time. Come on, you can do it again.
I think we've had 1 turkey in the last week. No, not even. I don't think we have.
Yeah, so
just
definitely
a little bit of a hold up here.
Okay.
Oh, a tangle.
Yes. Yeah, I went 10-pin bowling a couple times this past week, and one center was free fall and one was on strings. And at the string center, there was like a tangle, and we went to the staff. We're like, "You guys gonna fix it?" They're like, "No, we just let the machine just like cycle itself until it fixes."
Oh,
and I'm like, "Okay, well, the pin is the pin is stuck underneath a ball in the back." And they're like,
That is so
"Okay,
bad.
we'll go fix it."
Oh
I was like, "Guys, you can't." Yeah, I know. I was like, "Guys, like I bowl."
That's gonna be my new. That's gonna be my new way of getting tangles. I'm all for that.
Let the machine cycle.
Cycle. It might take 10, 15. It's fine.
Yeah, I could just see a ball like on top of like one of the pins, like on the string in the back, and I was like, "Guys, like."
Yeah, they do.
It's
like
not
the
gonna
whole
do
machines
anything.
I have, they're like self-untangling, but they're not self-untangling. They just bounce.
Yeah, you're like.
Yeah.
There's some things that you need to actually manually do. But.
I grew up in a bowling alley, so I'm like, his grandpa said, once the tangles happen, you run. You don't take your time. I got yelled at.
You just deal with it.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. We're like, should one of us just like go back and fix it?
We can do it.
You're like, we can just do it.
That's what I do. Literally, if the Latender boys are bowling and somebody has a tangle, I just let them run for it. I'm like, hey, you guys got this. You know what you're doing.
You can do it, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't remember the last time I got a tangle in this house.
Oh, come on.
We've got Bailey here. We've got all those guys.
Yeah.
It's
always funny if you're bowling in like a WCBT event or something, and somebody who like works there or who is very familiar with the bowling alley, they just like run back and fix it themselves. It's just always funny when it happens that way.
Yeah, I find it
A
hard
little
to get
bit.
into it's hard to get into a game when you have to do both, right? Like for
Oh, yeah.
drivers.
Yeah,
sure.
turning off one mode and getting into
It's
the
so
other
hard.
one.
Like that's why I don't bowl tournaments here. It's just like only fun ones.
Yeah, well, I mean that's very, very valid. So we have a comment for Riley here. Learned how to throw a strike. Definitely
Remember how to
did.
throw a
Something
strike?
we haven't seen much of from him, but
Oh,
Oh, and just barely
super
misses
light.
that. Yeah, too skinny. Oh, and Amanda just a little bit left again on that first ball.
We're getting some marks now. Finally,
Yeah, building a little bit of momentum here. It looked like the Eclipse were turning things on a little bit here. Matthew just missing the head pin barely. Picks up his 6 though to keep that match really close, and Amanda covers her half there to get another mark and to give herself a little bit of an advantage there on the knockout side. Oh.
God. Yeah. Then
Oh, and a chop to a 12 for Tiana. She doesn't get the same push that Richie did for that first frame. Certainly looking to cover her half here, especially with Trevor having that pair of head pins in the second and third frame. It still is early in the match.
Yeah, we've got a pull
Yeah.
here. Just Bailey going in for Trevor there.
Okay, I'm good. Somebody can, pop that in the chat so that we can track. That would be great.
On it.
On the Eclipse side. Amazing. Or somebody already did it.
Natalie did it, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Nat.
we might be able to use a turkey here finally.
Well, there's no turkey graph.
Never mind. Yeah,
Also, you jinxed it.
we didn't get one anyways.
Steve Barker will say there's no commentator curse, but when it's your child, it's real.
Yeah, he's probably gonna come over here and hurt me. I'm not gonna.
I mean, the audience can't see you on stream, but
I have to work with him the rest of the day, so
True. We don't have to worry about that. Just get to sign off and
forget
that I watched bowling, all afternoon for me.
I get to be
That's
here till
good
5
sticks for
o'clock
now.
watching kids and kids bowl free and.
I'll be honest, I love being in a bowling alley. That's why
Oh.
I just go watch tournaments, commentate all these things.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point. Like, I don't really like tournaments. I'd rather be the commentator or
It's lots of fun.
the creator of the tournament. I love creating tournaments.
Oh, a nice break there by Kyle.
Good push for Kyle and a great count for him.
There you go, Riley. Oh my God, he knows how to bowl.
He threw another one. Oh my God, I don't have a graphic for a double, but if I did, that would be the time to use it.
A double's like a new 4 in a row ham bone.
The double is the new ham bone. It's a half ham bone. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So some marks going on both sides there. The Eclipse definitely all over the middle, just looking to capitalize on those spare opportunities, pick up their sticks and maybe get a few more pushes here. And then on the knockout side, just looking to string together some marks here and get things going. When is the Dawson tournament this year? In September?
Last week of September. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we.
Yay! That was a nice pull
break there.
Yeah, might come up for that tournament. So
I've been working really hard.
Might
I got first place prize pool covered. I'm pretty sure. So it's
nice. We have a lot of people
what we
from
like to
Chase
hear.
that are looking at making that trip too.
Yeah. I haven't we never get to make it down that area, which
I
my dad's been
know.
trying so hard. I don't do tournaments, so that's my whole problem.
you can't bowl tournaments if you don't bowl tournaments.
I get into a bad mindset down in tournaments. So
That's fair.
Yeah, we're the same.
There's a few of us.
It's hard to. Yeah. It's once my dad wants to go down. He wants to go down to Williams Lake all there too. So
Traveling for tournaments is fun. Oh, and just carries the 3-pin. Not enough on the side there. Yeah, there's a few of us from Calgary who are looking to come up to Dawson.
Yeah, my dad's pretty upset. He had to drop out of Masters, so I think more tournaments to come up for him. So.
getting into tournament season here. You have club tour starting in August. You have tour finals in Edmonton.
Yeah, Richie
Lots
actually,
of stuff going on.
he did the TPC. He got into a car accident and concussed himself and
Oh.
everything. Went to the TPC and he made the cut, and he didn't. He's like,
Oh
I don't
my
even remember
goodness.
bowling half the games. He's like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
That's actually-
it was crazy.
That's like a nightmare. That's just
Yeah,
horrifying.
yeah, it was terrible. I'm like, but yeah, he made the cut. We cheered him on still. It was.
So we have a comment here from Mr. Aaron Alblas. If somebody can remind him of the standings, it's given it's sort of a logjam for each team. Essentially, it is 1-1 for everybody. So the knockouts have 9 points. Pinsanity and the Eclipse are tied at 8 points apiece. And then the average pros have 7 points. So Pinsanity is bowling the average pros on the other stream on the Pro League channel right now.
Oh God, the 3 headpins in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, and another pole.
And yeah.
I'm gonna tell him he's
The dreaded
easy.
turkey. All right, so things heating up a little bit there on the knockout side. Amanda with an unfortunate 5 frame. I'm not sure if we might see Coralie maybe going in for her in that second spot there. If there's maybe some discussion of a switch there.
I would
what
say
that's
look
gonna
into
look like.
Coralie because Amanda just doesn't look comfortable at the line. Something's wrong. She has slider issues the first game, and I think it's just in her head now. So it's
that's for sure. I'm so surprised Lindsay did not get the push on that. That was a great ball, maybe a little bit heavy, but she gets so much rotation on it. I always expect her to get these nice pushes.
Yeah, she definitely throws, like, she's got that aggressive shot, and like you say, lots
Yeah,
of
she
stuff
does.
on the ball that 9 times out of 10 she's getting those pushes, but covering them up really well when she's missing those
oh, he got it
those
too.
marks.
It would've been
Nicely
nice for
done.
fair, but, you know,
Again, of course.
like
There
I
we
said,
go.
Oh, that
Oh,
was a nice ball from
that was
Kyle.
an awesome ball.
Yeah. So heading into the 5th frame, so last frame before the commercial break at the half here. Northern Knockout sitting at 371 to 344 for the Eclipse. The Eclipse have that double working at the top, that spare, and that strike at the bottom. And then the Knockouts have that spare and that pair of strikes there, middle sort of to the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, I say if Amanda bowls here in 1 ball, if she doesn't hit something, I think it's time to throw Coralie in there. So,
Yeah. No, that's
just the only option. In a professional opinion.
very professional in quotations or not. I don't know.
It's definitely interesting from the commentating point of view, where you're typically in the coaching point of view, right? So always wondering what those coaches are going to do as far as polls and stuff like that, things that you might agree with or might disagree with.
Coming up with those hypothetical situations in your mind, like, well, what if this happens or what if that happens? And, it depends on what your opponent's doing, and thinking about it from a different mindset is always really interesting. And talking about, like, well, what would you do?
Absolutely.
Playing together, that's for sure. Yeah. Looking comfortable. Going to be looking to build some momentum going into that the second half of this final match here, and seeing how things sort of end up. The trend continues.
And that's the 4th in a row there. Yep.
And I've seen this happen before with Bailey, if I'm not mistaken, where
absolutely
he went in for someone else and then kept the headpins going.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It hasn't necessarily been his day today for sure.
Yeah,
he seems to be pushing a little bit more than he typically would and laying that down just a little bit there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, and a good ball for Tiana there, looking to get things going a little bit like she did that last game. Finishing.
Yeah, I watched Bailey do the Open the one year. I think he made step ladder. We had him on the big screen, and I don't think I've ever been so hyped up in my life to watch a bowler. It was like Ryan and I were running across the bowling alley cheering.
Bailey's got a fan club, guys.
Yeah. Well, we try to support everybody as best as possible.
Yeah, and a good count for Lindsay on that. Looking to cover her half, keep those marks going, especially with Richie throwing that double there.
Yeah, we got 2 doubles.
The knockouts having those 2 doubles working.
That's a great cover there by Lynn.
Great cover. Yeah, keep those marks working. We'll see what Riley can do here. That
Beautiful shot.
A much better ball, the typical shot you'd see from him. Yeah.
That's yeah. He's more
Now
relaxed. To look like that one.
Yeah. Yeah. It just looked easy for him, which is what you always want to see. Yeah. Another great ball from Kyle. So
there.
Oh my
yeah,
Lord.
that's for sure.
Finding
So
that energy that they've been missing the last game here.
yeah, so doubles working on both sides. We have 4 strikes on the knockout side, then we have 3 strikes and a spare on the Eclipse side. 475 for the Eclipse to 488 for the knockouts. So we're going to run through our commercial break and we'll be right back.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
Financial freedom begins with financial literacy.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm thrilled to be a sponsor. My journey began as a teacher because of my deep passion for education. I brought that same passion into the financial world to help families achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom isn't just about having more, it's about knowing more. That's why I'm here to help you make smart decisions with insurance, investing, and lending, all in one place. I'm Dave, and together we'll help you achieve financial freedom.
All right, so we're back again for the second half of our final match. We have the Northern Knockouts taking on the Eclipse. Things are definitely, ramping up here. We've got some momentum building on both sides. A little bit of a battle of BC versus, the battle of Canada, where we had East and West Coast bowlers taking each other on earlier in the day.
I just made my rounds and talked to Sasha. Probably the worst mistake of my life, apparently.
Oh no.
You can, yeah. Everyone, you're the one to
There
blame
you
for
go.
this.
Ham bone.
Great.
There
Oh
we
my God,
go.
I get to
Chuck
do
it up there,
my
girl.
graphic. Hell yeah! Thank you,
It's been
Bradford. You made
Oh,
my
there
day.
we go. It's been a long time coming.
Shouldn't have taken this long, but here we are.
Yeah, I went up to Sasha and I said, "You don't want to watch this broadcast after I told them how bad you were." And it was.
I mean, I think I also said that I thought Sasha was bad, so I'm sorry.
I told him the last game, I'm like, "You were at 121 in the eighth. You usually have that in like the fourth, man." Like it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said he doesn't feel right. It's just something's off.
Yeah, one of those days, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. I don't know. Are they putting Amanda still? Oh, they put Corley in. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so Corley
there we
went
go.
in for Amanda. here.
Oh, he already put it in. Okay, look at that.
Perfect.
He's ahead
Yeah.
of the game. Oh my god. He deserves a raise.
Yeah, so I have the other stream running here as
There
well.
we go.
Not going to do any stream sniping because, you know, we don't support
Yeah.
that. We don't endorse that. But
It's I don't even have it open this time. I want the excitement, the surprise,
the surprise at the end, yeah, I'm not going to give any updates.
Oh. 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 Oh, there it goes. I froze.
Oh.
Oh. God, I just must have some big fans. Everyone just keeps saying hi, Riley, on all the channel. Oh my God,
You're really popular.
Just blowing up.
I'm just.
Wow, why don't I get these messages, guys? Come on.
I go to tournaments and they're like, you know, you might not be the best bolio for bowling, but you're our favorite bolio. And I'm like, that's what
like, that's what I aim for. That's what I'm striving for.
Not all of us
that's
can be
all
good,
I hope
okay?
for.
There we go. Nice strike there for Lindsay.
See if we can get a triple here.
Yeah, definitely that momentum kind of building in 4-5 before the break there. See if they can carry it through.
Yeah, for sure. Both the centers, sort of, what do your teams sort of do when they have that 3-minute break? Because it just, everybody kind of does their own thing. People get together and chat. Like, what does that sort of look like?
Over on our end, it's definitely just kind of having that regroup chat with their coach there. And then you do see a couple of them throwing practice balls on those warm-up lanes just to work out any kinks that they might be facing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think they had some guys throwing practice balls. Sasha was practice sliding and stuff. It was. Other than that, they wander around like headless chickens. So.
Yeah, there's some of that going on here too.
There you go, Riley. I think it might be his first one all day.
That was a great shot there.
Usually he misses those. I don't want to tell him that, but.
Yeah, they're not going to want to watch this one back, eh?
Well, they're definitely not. We've been roasting them a lot, I'll be honest.
That's all right. That's okay.
No, honestly, it's like a love-hate relationship. We just give it to each other every day. Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful shot there.
Oh, there we go, Sasha.
Yeah,
he might be a little bit behind, but, you know, it just keeps the points going. So.
Yeah, that's a big ball there by Bradford. Throw something up there.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll get our Yahtzee going.
Hey.
For those who hate to hear me say it versus those who love to hear me say it, in Calgary, 5 in a row is Daddy's home.
I love it. It's so horribly creepy, but I love it.
It is so horribly creepy. And I recognize that. That's why I made a compilation of it. And then I heard someone say it in the wild in a 10-pin. Like,
oh my gosh. Adam Richard has brought that out here to BC into Chase, and it's just like our new favorite thing.
Let's go, Adam.
It's so horrible.
Oh no.
It's
the best thing is when it's in person and then you shake their hand too. And
yes,
they just look at you like a horrified grin.
Yeah.
I mean, to be clear, I do not whisper it to people. That would be really creepy.
Oh, that's what he does. That's what we've got going on here. Yeah. Yeah.
That tracks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, definitely, have some momentum building on both sides here, looking to bounce back with Tiana after Corley chairing that 3-pin with her chop off.
Yeah, at this point, I'd say Sasha's just there to put points, and Chris is just on fire. So
Yeah, for
keep
sure.
throwing your ball, keep playing your game.
Yeah, definitely. Another one of those matches where that total is just super tight going into the last half of the game here. And
Yeah, for sure. And just for those who are watching, listening, whatever you may be doing, hanging out with us on a Sunday, watching bowling, if there's a tie between second and third, that'll be decided by those two teams head-to-head match today. So what happened in that. But we will keep everybody informed of what is going on the other stream. We're a little bit ahead of them. On the B side, so I will be sticking around a little bit afterwards if things are not yet done.
No.
Richie,
Yeah, I was
just
talking
glitching
to
out a
like
little bit
Richie
there.
and them afterwards. He this could be his last game ever pro league if they make it. He won't be doing it next
Yeah.
year. So we got too much going on Sundays. So he's
That honestly is
Yeah.
valid. I feel like that's
he's
it
still
can
bowling
be a
pro
big
league,
commitment
and you're
to-
like, birthday party's coming in. You're like,
yeah.
And he's a Sunday worker, so.
Brian, how many of your players they're out of Dawson, and how many have to travel?
We only have Coralie travels
talking
from
about this
Fort St.
already.
John. She has to travel like 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, okay.
Everyone
Gotcha.
else lives in Dawson. Like, I literally can walk to the bowling alley in like 10 minutes. So,
Perfect.
yeah. Dawson's real small. You can see the other side of it just from your front window at every house, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we were having that discussion sort of about how far people have to travel for any of these matches, looking at all the different teams.
Yeah. I did have Bonnie Olson offered to bowl on the team if we needed somebody last year or this year.
Nice.
And Dustin Thompson,
Yeah.
they're like Peace River. So, but
Perfect.
Yeah.
you never know what's going to happen here. It's close in totals.
Yeah, so
If
definitely.
we do get
total
knocked out, I'm a huge
incredibly-
Holy Roller fan. I swear.
Okay, well, I'm sure they would like to hear that, although they probably are like, no, we want you in the league.
No. Oh wait, no, they need me on their team. I could make it better, but it's
Yeah, you, professional
Yeah,
coach,
yeah.
100%.
I'm better than Scott Hoka, I think, but
Hey, that's a big
There we
ball
go.
there from Bradford.
Yeah, so a
Oh.
6-pack for Bradford there. Or Daddy's home and he brought a friend. It does get creepier the more
gross.
strikes you
It
throw.
totally does.
It is,
Yeah,
it is
totally does.
gross.
I love it.
Yeah. I did make a compilation of all the times I've said it on stream. And
Oh my
like
goodness.
more than half of them are with Tyler Titgat, and he
Of course.
hates it. And he literally says that me saying that is his like sleep paralysis demon. Because I'll see him in league and I'll see him throw a 5-bagger and I like sprint across the bowling alley. I'm like, I need to say this to you.
You should hear. We bowled with Robert Tompkins last year, and he was saying some stuff. I can't say it on stream. It was that bad. He was screaming across our bowling alley. I'm like, holy goodness gracious.
Oh, and a skinny ball, but gets the cover. Coralie with an unfortunate head pin in that second spot there.
A couple of these games are it's still close, 145, but they got a spare on there.
Yeah. Matthew's got that mark working in the 8th frame for him.
Oh, I thought Bailey had a strike here finally.
It's kind of been
Yeah,
his
people
day today.
really shouldn't rewatch the stream. Bailey's gonna be like, why was I just being picked on the entire time?
Oh no.
Ryan.
He
You
was
can't put
afraid
your
of the
foot in your
headband.
mouth now, Ryan.
Yeah, you can't be like, no,
There you
that's not
go.
what I meant. There you go. Good cover for him. That's the ball he wanted to throw. That first shot, but gets it working now.
Oh, there's a strike for Tiana. Wow, she's one of the
Perfect.
best
Head
boys
pin
on the
for
team, I
Tiana.
think. I hope she rewatches this. That's got to be their carry, I think.
Oh, just a
Just
little
trying to
quick
have
up
it
there
back.
for Lindsay.
Say a little bit quick. Didn't get the ball quite out there like she normally does.
That's
Get
a
that
head pin.
rotation.
Ooh.
I could tell it was a head pin from my way through it.
Because you're watching it on stream or because you can see it.
I can't see
Which-
them.
which-
I can only see.
Oh,
I can see
you
lane
can't
8
see it,
and 9.
okay.
Yeah. I tried to sit around the corner so I couldn't watch ahead of time. So,
Yeah.
so when he throws it, like he'll
Oh.
throw like the arm in front of his body. That's a usual head pin. Loses all the spin on the ball. So
Head pin move.
he's our carry. If we need to win a tournament, we bring him to Grand Prairie and stuff, and we like to win cash with him. So
That's great. All right, so Richie still with a bit of the advantage there over Lindsay in that 4th position. But again, a couple more frames to go here. Total still incredibly tight.
Chris is helping out the total, keeping him in there at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been nice to see.
Game.
He's had a bit of a struggle day today, so to see him kind of break out here, that's it's good to see.
Chris do the
Ooh, that
Masters
was-
or Open? Was it right?
Yeah, he played the Open. So
Yeah.
he and Matthew went to Open Nationals this year
Yeah. I
on
like
a
watching those
mixed
guys.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Debbie Ely as well, I guess I should say.
Yeah, I watched too many tournaments. My brother has something playing every day with that TV at the front desk, so I'm either watching
Right.
replays of WCBT, Masters, Open.
Yeah. Richie wasn't at Masters this year.
He had to drop out. He's got some stuff going on, so it's
Gotcha.
Yeah. You got into a big car accident and they're trying to figure that out. Like
Right.
So they all their meetings were of course, and then of course the Masters happens and his meetings get canceled. He's like, so he was
Oh no.
Of
Oh
course,
yeah.
that's always how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, we never bowled all these tournaments. Dawson Creek never did the Open, never did Masters, and we're like the first crew to actually get going on it. So
Yeah, it's a great ball for Sasha. It's a great shot we're used to seeing from him when he
that's what we should be bowling.
tries
all
a
day.
little
That's
bit.
like-
Is that bad to
that's-
say?
I don't know. It just
Oh, and that's a great shot from Bradford there too.
That was a great shot for that martini. Daddy's home. He brought 2 friends. I'm gonna stop there, even if he continues. I won't make it any creepier.
awesome. Oh, he's keeping that total alive. That's huge points on that.
Yeah.
And Corley pushed it.
On a
Nice.
little slider there
Answers
for
right
Corley.
back there. Yeah. Yeah,
Good
they
brain
both
promotion.
definitely are. Both teams
Fired up
definitely
there.
looking to fire up. You betcha.
Yeah, 100%.
My team doesn't have the energy like that Eclipse does. Only one that does that is Sasha. Riley's pretty tame. My dad is quiet. And the girls are pretty quiet too.
Yeah.
We've got a couple
Yeah.
dual coaching things going on over here with Natalie in the pit, and then more of a
Yeah.
cheerleading side of thing
Yeah,
with
great
Kelly
ball for
here
Jana.
today.
That's a carry right there. Third player is always the carry. She's the best on the team.
Yeah, it's nice to hear a bit of the background, the cheering. It's always great to know
Yeah,
that your team's,
I got public
team's there
bowling
behind
watching
you.
right now too. So
That's always
we got a bunch
exciting.
of public. Yeah, we got like college kids here over on 9, I think, watching them. So
Awesome.
That's always so nice and so special to be able to have some fans there.
Oh, it's a great cover there by Rich.
Cover to keep the marks going there.
yeah, he's not too impressed with this game. I was talking to him. He's not impressed at all the last game. So
I mean,
these guys take it too
following
hard
up
on
your
themselves
380,
sometimes.
yeah, taking up your 380 game, whatever your 600 double that you still had.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah, some of these guys
okay,
take it
yeah,
way
you're
too hard
so
on
bad.
themselves. My dad, like, I bowled with him one night, and he goes, "Oh, that was a terrible night for 4 games," and he had like 1180. I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, go
Dude, I'm-
away. That's
I'm
enough of you.
struggling to
Like,
throw
can you
900
not?
at
Yeah.
this point. Like, get out of my
Yeah.
face.
Riley looked like he was just pushing a little bit too much on that first
Yeah.
ball, trying a little
don't-
bit, just pitching it out to the left.
Yesterday, he was looking so smooth and so good. We also did oil the lanes. They were a little dry yesterday, so a little different, but
Yeah, but still,
he was throwing pretty well.
Oh. it was a good squeeze, but didn't quite get the push. Going to be looking to cover that half there and keep things rolling and stay up on Riley on the knockout side, and you know,
Yeah, a bit of a delay there, but he made that spare.
It's not bad. It's a
the stream disappear.
I think, I
Yeah,
think
we're just
ju-
frozen on our end.
Yeah, just frozen. Yeah.
Okay, just give me a second. I think it's there's a technical issue here.
Too much streams going on at once. Too
Yeah,
much.
probably.
I think we got-
It honestly probably is part of that.
That's me. That's
I'm
me
just
too. I
gonna
got like all the cameras connected to the internet, everything. It's like, oh,
It was like there is a lot going on right now. Just give us a
I
second.
got Kino
can see it
TVs and
reloading.
pills. And, oh,
See it reloading here. Just give me a sec, and we should be good to go momentarily. Oh, why did it fully shut down? That was crazy.
And just to update there, Bradford in 10 did get that 8th strike.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
no.
great. We have to look at us now for a couple minutes while I just get this back
that's
and
okay.
going. There are worse things in the world.
It's okay.
Okay.
They can see the face of Dawson Creek. It's fine.
There you go.
You don't want to see that bowling anyways. Yeah.
This is what they're gonna come up and see when they bowl.
Yeah,
the
it's not too
tournaments
pretty,
in
but you know
September.
what? It's we have a good time.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, I got a couple videos of Anthony Strite just yelling in my cameras.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, not me.
And that's a punch on the second ball for Bradford there.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, 350 though, huge. That's a good game.
Yeah, a huge game for him there.
It's good to see.
Okay. Yeah, always nice to see some big scores.
It's a little confidence boost too. There's no more games, but like it's. So
It feels nice knowing
black...
you put everything out there.
Yeah. Does Chase have black bases on the corner pins only? Is it?
Yeah, only on the corners
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
We just Kelly just went and
Great
spent a
push
whole
for
bunch
Sasha.
of money and bought new bases.
Yeah.
So
My dad was talking about it. He wanted to try corner pins only because all black bases on all of them. I don't think there's much difference, but
I think we were gonna chuck them on our 3 pins for next season and just see if it makes much of a difference. But
somebody did a whole chart on how the pinfall is on like 2 pins, 3 pins, head pins alone. It's
yeah,
it's
it's different.
like, yeah.
Yeah, so even though Sasha has lost this match, looking to put up as many sticks as he can, do what he did the last game. And, get six to the bottom. A little bit unfortunate there. Gets the double count nonetheless, but
yeah, there's nothing you can do when the guy throws that many strikes at you in a row. You just got to hope for the best. And when you're not matching them,
I mean,
oh well.
Yeah, the Eclipse having that strike working and that spare working, the knockouts do have that double going, that strike and then those 2 spares. So mark advantage to the knockouts, but total advantage currently to the Eclipse, looking to put up as many marks as possible.
Yeah. Corley just needs
and
a good
we
chance
are,
to get points on it. So.
Yeah. We are like 2 frames ahead of the other stream currently.
There you go,
That
Corley.
was a great shot for her in 10 there.
That's a great ball for Corley. Yeah, that's for sure.
70, 80.
That's the ball.
Yeah, the game is still there for her if she strikes out, right?
Yeah, she strikes out, she gets 218.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I just had to do math out loud there. I was like, I was like,
math is hard.
Oh God, that's why I have Richie with me. I'm like, hey, what do I have left in my game? And he tells you. I'm like, okay, perfect.
See, I do it for myself automatically, and then when I'm actually like on stream or something, I'm like, I'm not doing math.
Yeah, right. You're like, this is going to be embarrassing.
This
for
is
sure.
for someone else. I was
yeah,
like, I can do it in
yeah.
my own head. Well, I grew up, we didn't have automatic scoring, so.
There, that one.
Yeah, so that's another point for the Eclipse there.
And Tiana will take that one in the 3 spot there.
Another 2 points here.
I was gonna say that makes Eclipse and Northern Knockouts at 10 points so far each. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Keeping
the
it
Eclipse
tight.
though is again like a bowler ahead. So
yeah, they have a good total right now. That
here.
356 just that helps out so much.
Yeah, that seems to be seems to be kind of the general consensus, right? When you have that big game sitting up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what our first game was. Richie had 380. We threw a 1200, but I don't think anyone had over 250. It felt like it.
Right.
Yeah, it was just yeah.
You're
always so thankful, right, for your teammate who's able to do that for the team. So
Sasha did that quite a bit this year. That leadoff, he could hold the game in for total, but
yeah.
Oh. Oh, and a
That's a good
slow
ball
falling
for
corner
Lindsay,
for Linz. Yeah.
Yeah, so that game is going to go to the knockouts as well.
We have got a score correction happening up there for Lindsay.
Oh, right, for her
should be
so
strike
she'll
in the
have
last
250?
frame there. Yep.
Okay, yeah, so it's still,
There we go.
no, it's not,
Right.
I just wrote 2 and then changed it to 3. That was silly. There we go. 2-2. So Richie up here looking to put up as many 6 as he can. I mean, Eclipse are a bowler ahead.
Nice ball. Both
So
of
we'll
them.
see how close he can bring total.
The amount of times I've seen Richie bowling games in league where I'm like, hey, we need like 3 strikes. And he's like, oh, I don't think I can do that. And then he just pops 3. I'm like,
And then
oh,
just
you're
no
such a-
problem, hey?
Yeah,
and
you're
then-
like, you know how to throw
whatever.
strikes. You know how to do this. Yeah. It's just easy. Go up there,
I don't
throw
know.
the
I hype
ball.
him up too much, but like, yeah, I grew up watching him, and this is like the best bowler in this area.
Oh, he's such a
doubt
great
about it.
player.
Yeah.
Not even
He's
just
too
your
calm.
area, just the province in general. He's
yeah.
such a great shooter.
He told me like
doesn't
the
have
opening.
the Lindsay
yeah,
push there.
He's getting too old. He told me he's like these young kids are beating me now. So he's
Oh, he'll be around for years to come, I'm sure.
That's why I keep telling him like you can't quit. My grandpa quit bowling for 14 years, right? And he's like, I'm like, Dad, you can't do it, Grandpa.
All right.
All right, this is close.
30. I think
It's still
there.
doable.
Come on, Riley.
Still there?
Let's see what you got. I bashed him enough when I went out there on break, so hopefully he throws something.
Hopefully, he does what
Or he might
needs
come
to
in here
do.
and slap me. He's a pretty big kid, so. All right.
Oh, and that first shot
That's
there
it.
just seals the deal.
Just lost you.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, so that's going to be
13.
Yeah, they can't get there. So, and he lost that match. So it's a 6-2 win for the Eclipse. There are lots of cheering there.
I'm gonna go listen to Riley complain. No, it's a.
And we'll see what happens on the other side here, because that's going to be
Absolutely.
the deciding factor. I can actually probably switch our stream to be their match here. Instead, I do that really quickly. So let's bring our coaches in just to chat briefly.
Just get my brother over here.
Hi, Nat. Hi, Ryan. Congratulations to you guys. The Eclipse, you're going to be back in the league again next year, which is really exciting. You guys really dug deep that second game, turned it on when you needed to, right? And got those sticks, were able to squeak it out. How are you guys feeling there? How's the energy going?
It's great. It's really electric in here. Everybody was like yelling and hugging, and as I said, our team's really like a family. Like we got kids here and everything running around, so it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's great. And Ryan, obviously, it's a tough loss for you guys. Tough day. You guys had that really strong start, and then just kind of fizzled out a little bit after that. Couldn't get things going. How are you guys all feeling?
Just junk in between, but is what it is. Some days team's a little let down, but that's bowling for you, right? Can't be perfect all the time,
sure.
but we had lots of fun though, which was great. But
at what point did you realize Sasha was going to get slapped?
Well, we were talking like, hey, somebody could throw a 400, and we could still win, kind of thing. Oh, we talked too soon.
Well, you guys had a 400.
It was good though.
Players
it was
together.
Very good.
So
we kept it together. Nobody got outmatched or anything like that. So it was very good high spirits, but very good team diverse though. Like couldn't diverse anyone better. So
yeah, it was a great match all the way through. Right to the
big time.
I mean, that's what you want.
No, and that's just awesome seeing everyone else just throwing a 7-8 bag or stuff like that. It's just amazing to see from other places, regardless of a loss. It's just awesome to see.
Yeah,
right?
Great bowling is always great to see. That's for sure.
Yeah, if we were
And,
bowling, Ryan, I think we would have done well. I think we would have won, right?
Well,
Like
Wow, the shot.
I don't know. You never know, right? You know,
they
adds
they
a
just
little
needed,
extra help,
they
but
needed you and I. You and I are the best.
definitely. You know, like
Yeah.
Who are you? Put it on your.
I was
right?
here to look good. You know,
Yes, that's
somebody
it.
had to do it.
Flowing, the beard's flowing. And we're, you know,
Yeah.
I do want to say thank you, Kelly and Kaylin. You know, Village is our co-sponsor, and this house is awesome. And they opened up for us in the summer, and they're just amazing all around.
No,
So,
that's awesome to hear.
beautiful
Very
events,
awesome.
beautiful, just
Thanks,
awesome
Nat.
writers. And Kaylin, you did commentary. You know, came back from the lake to do this.
Yeah, just to come on your own free time. It's not easy for a lot of people. So it's just amazing to see the dedication a lot of people put into this stuff, which is just awesome.
Yeah, for sure. We really appreciate everybody's dedication to all of this stuff and the support that we have from all of our different teams, all of our coaches, all of our bowlers, and yeah, congratulations again to the Eclipse on making it back into the league. We're going to go to a commercial break here, and I'm going to get things set up so we can watch actually the other match, the other stream, and we can watch the final couple frames on their side there. Okay,
Awesome.
thanks again, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
Financial freedom begins with financial literacy.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm thrilled to be a sponsor. My journey began as a teacher because of my deep passion for education. I brought that same passion into the financial world to help families achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom isn't just about having more, it's about knowing more. That's why I'm here to help you make smart decisions with insurance, investing, and lending, all in one place. I'm Dave, and together we'll help you achieve financial freedom.
And we're going to have our other match here. You're going to stick with us for the final
honestly,
little
the
bit
longer
here?
I stay here, the less I have to work. So it's
Okay, I support that. I'm in full support of this.
I think they're
Always.
having a meeting out there, so like it's like I got a text.
I mean, that's valid. I'm just going to fix the score here for the average pro so that we can actually see the entire thing. It is incredibly tight.
It is.
like this is going to be very, maybe quite interesting to sort of see how things sort of end up with this here. And if, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what are the scores right now.
Oh,
Lots of marks working on both sides.
what do we got here? Ooh.
So can you see this?
Yeah. I think Brandon is gonna. Oh no, smack the. Oh yeah, Brandon won that one. Okay.
Yeah, so Brandon won that one. The
was
scores
so
on the screen are not correct. People don't. They're from the other game. It's not the knockouts playing, to clarify. It's the average pros.
Yeah.
Let's just clarify this. There we go. We can see the scores better.
No. Northern Knockouts wouldn't have 2 in a row. Okay, that's
true. That is correct, actually, from performance we've seen. Okay, so
yeah.
It's not Northern Knockouts. It is the average pros, but
this game too, though, 155, 158. But he has a strike there, I guess. Oh.
we'll see what happens here. I mean, this is going to be a big sort of deciding match. I mean, if they were to split, that would be very interesting.
It's 4. What do they need? 8, 9, 3 to tie knockouts.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm so good at math.
Yeah. So Pinsanity needs 3 points to tie the knockouts.
Yeah.
The average pros then would take 5, which would only put them at 12. Yeah. No. 5, 3. 5 plus 7 is 12. Oh yeah. So that would be enough, anyways. So they would have to split for it to be a funky.
Yeah, splits don't happen very often. So.
Yeah, split. It would be Pinsanity actually would win because the average pros would have 11 and Pinsanity would have 12. So definitely not like a high scoring match, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, it's a little low on Sanity side as well. Or yeah, both sides actually.
Both sides, yeah. Oh, a huge ball from Scott
Oh
there.
my lord, that's the energy I want to see.
Yeah, definitely. So Pinsanity's taking that second match. Sue missing, flashing on her second ball there. And the third ball.
Ooh, and Trey takes that game. Holy, that's.
Yeah, sneaks out that match with a 170. I mean, you never kind of see that, but
doesn't happen very often.
When it happens, it happens. You can't. You take it and you run with it, right? So I'm sure actually maybe some people haven't signed off yet. People are still watching here.
Yeah, I have my guys watching out there too.
Okay, awesome.
Stuck on this
we
one.
still have some people watching. So here, Julie with an unfortunate headpin there in the 10th frame.
Yeah, looks like Scott's gonna.
Looks like Scott is going to squeak that one out there with that strike in the 10th frame, and then that chop off. That turkey, huge for him to finish out that game. And
Let's see what happens in that last place spot, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan versus John. Yeah, John with an unfortunate headpin though in that 9th frame. So okay. And again, as a reminder, if anybody's joining us late, it's not the Northern Knockouts against Pinsanity. It's Pinsanity against the average pros. This is like urgent news when you switch to something that's breaking. And that we are already finished on the other side. The Eclipse are officially back into the 5PL, so we'll be seeing them next year in season 5. But this match here is going to be the big thing to determine who makes it in on the other side here. Yeah, another huge ball for Henry, huge ball for Mary Jo. Henry was asking me why I wasn't on the B-side stream, and I was like, because I want to watch my mom. And then now they're playing against each other. So this is kind of funny, kind of interesting. This is going to be huge in sort of determining how things end up. I just realized we can't see the total for the average pros. So let me just.
I think they're at 993.
Yeah. So
995, maybe.
Yeah, 995. So. let me see it. It's not fully set up for me to be, doing this score. So I'm like,
Oh, Henry put in a good effort there at the end. He was,
yeah, it's a great effort for him at the end.
Mary
yeah.
Jo might have had him beat anyways, but he's still going for that total, trying to catch up. But it's a little too far gone, I think.
Yeah, I think it is too far.
Yeah, that's a very low scoring game, actually. 190, 160, 180.
Yeah, kind of not what you're sort of looking to see. Very well. So we have another point for Pinsanity. Yeah, the average pros only sitting at 1,008.
Yeah.
Which.
Oh.
And unfortunate punch for Jordan. That's going to be the nail in the coffin for the average pros, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's looking like
John
Eclipse
here.
Pinsanity or
John splits the middle and brings that total up even higher. So that's the average pros cannot quite catch them, unfortunately. So Pinsanity is going to have a 7-1 win.
7-1.
So huge congratulations to Pinsanity on making it back in. Tough to see the average pros losing here, the same as the Northern Knockouts, but we will possibly be seeing one or both of these teams as we move now into the second round of relegation. These teams will have the opportunity to play in those play-ins and take one of the, 2 spots, possibly more, if there's any other teams that are not intending to play next year. So with that, thanks everybody for joining us for some great bowling again today. Huge congratulations to the Eclipse and Pinsanity for making it back into the league for another season 5 coming up here. And everybody be on the lookout for our next round of relegation and for any of our existing teams who may be trying to make it back in or any of our new teams. And thank you so much to all of my commentators, Riley, for sticking around a little bit at the end here. But
like I said, I get to skip out on
sign off. Yeah, I get to skip out on work. That's the only incentive. You're like, I actually don't want to watch.
I have to go deal with kids now.
Typical Sunday afternoon. It's always great.
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody, for continued support. Thanks so much to our sponsors, and we'll see you in the next stream.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
Financial freedom begins with financial literacy.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm thrilled to be a sponsor. My journey began as a teacher because of my deep passion for education. I brought that same passion into the financial world to help families achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom isn't just about having more, it's about knowing more. That's why I'm here to help you make smart decisions with insurance, investing, and lending, all in one place. I'm Dave, and together we'll help you achieve financial freedom.